Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming out to Oakley, California, here at Big Break Marina. We are the Wild West Bass Trail, and this has been the Duel on the Delta. This is day 2. We're going to weigh in 88 professional anglers and 88 amateur anglers today, and then we're going to crown our champion for the Delta. This is the last stop in our tour for Northern California, so the top 50 anglers out of this tour are going to go on and fish in Lake Mead in September at our Western Region Championship against the anglers from Arizona. And without further ado, I'm going to kick it to Gary Dobbins for a brief interview with the East County Youth Bass Club and their Angler of the Year and their team champions.
Gary Dobbins here with Wild West Bass Trail and my co-owner Matt Morgan with Melinda, who actually heads up the best high school program that I've ever seen. We work with a lot of high school kids at Dobbins Rods, and she has the best format. She actually teaches these kids values, and she actually puts them to work. And they've been out here helping us for the last couple days, and we're going to use them again tomorrow. Melinda, tell me about one of these anglers to start with.
Today we've got here our Student Angler of the Year. This is an overall angler award that we're going to be presenting him. That includes his volunteer hours, being at his meetings, and of course his tournament points, which are very important. And in the high school teams, they do fish as a team, but overall his points were 81 points for the year. So he's been awarded the Student Angler of the Year.
Absolutely awesome. And that person is?
That's Brandon DiVincenzi of Liberty High School.
Brandon, here's a nice Daiwa reel. Here's a nice Dobbins rod I expected you to try to wear out. And you've had a pretty good year, buddy. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think it was actually pretty tough. We had a few tournaments that it was right out of we had a few 4th and 5ths right out of the top 3. We fished New Maloney's for the first time, and back-to-back years at Folsom, I think we got 2nd. So we did pretty good. State recently was pretty tough, but you can't really do nothing about that.
You know, I take it that Melinda's your mother.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I'm so proud of the program that she does. I've told other high schools that, I wish she had run programs for all of them. But is she harder on you than the rest of them?
Well, she got to deal with me, so I guess it's it's kind of my fault.
You keep her hopping?
Here and there.
And Melinda, our second angler?
We have Spencer Cookson here from Heritage High School. Spencer and his teammate, which couldn't be here today, Ian Chong, they made Tournament Team of the Year. So they're awarded for just the tournaments as their points were calculated. So for our East County student anglers, they made Angler of the Year. But in addition, they actually made California Team Anglers of the Year.
So we have State of California Team Angler of the Year. And that person is?
Spencer Cookson of Heritage High School.
Spencer, congratulations, buddy. Thank you very much. We've got a reel for you, a rod for you, and a rod and reel for your partner. Thank you very much. And tell me what it was. How good is it? You like winning?
I love winning. Most of our tournaments we're top 5. We took a couple top 3s, and that was McClure, Folsom. But unfortunately, we did not qualify for state. But that's for next year.
Tell me, are you a versatile angler? Are you a power fisherman? You a finesse fisherman, or you do it all?
I do it all. I love to frog as much as I love to drop shot a cold water lake, anything.
That's absolutely awesome. Well, guys, we really, really appreciate the help the last couple days, and the help we're going to get from you tomorrow. You're the future of our sport. Anything that Wild West Bass Trail or Dobbins Rods can do to help you, let us know. Again, thanks for the help. Congratulations. Winning's tough. This sport is tough, but you guys are on a roll. I can't say enough. And again, Melinda has the best high school program going. They own points for community service. They own points for out helping tournament organizations. They earn points for their fishing, but it's not just about fishing. She teaches them basically the rules of life, which is something a lot of our youth is missing. Congratulations again, guys.
With a great history in drag racing and now into the marine market, Lucas is proud to offer an ethanol treatment for a wide range of boat motors on the market today. Lucas Safeguard Ethanol Fuel Conditioner with Stabilizers was developed to specifically address issues associated with using ethanol-based fuels. Increase your mileage and performance with Lucas Oil High Performance products. Available at Cabela's.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with ever-new E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech. Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech. Total
Welcome back to Oakley, California. We are Wild West Bass Trail. I'm Craig Gottwalls. I'll be your host for this weigh-in, this awards ceremony, and later on this evening when we give away $100,000 with as much as $26,000 to our first place angler. Our first place angler right now is Richard Dobbins. Richard Dobbins. He's got 25.40 pounds and he's leading by over 3 pounds. In second place we have Sean Minderman out of Washington. He's got 22.31 pounds. Third place, we've got a local favorite down here, Ken Ma. He's got 21.87 pounds. Fourth place, Bo Jordy with 20.59 pounds. And in fifth place, Mike Birch with 20.5 pounds even. Guys, we would not be able to bring fun events like this to Oakley, California and the Delta. We would not be able to pay our anglers. We would not be able to support the bills if we didn't have a whole host of great sponsors. And I want to start off by thanking the City of Oakley and the City of Oakley's Economic Development Department. They've been fantastic. Big Break Marina has been one of the best hosts we have ever had. They have gone so far above and beyond what we ever expect. It's been awesome. And I want to get right into our sponsors, guys. We're paying back more than 100% of these anglers' entry fees, and it's because of these sponsors. Lucas Oil, Protect the Harvest, General Tire, Ranger Boats, Evinrude Outboards, Lowrance Electronics, E3 Spark Plugs, Super Clean, Dobbins Rods, Industrial Decals, Attarap, P-Line, Gary Yamamoto, Gator Guards, Power Pole, Rico Lures, Westy Worm, Robo Westy, and the Fish Clipper. Thank you very much to our sponsors, folks. Let's get right into weighing these fish. Day 2, this is the championship day of this event, and we're going to start off with professional angler Russell Schmidt. Russell Schmidt comes to us out of boat number 86. Let me pull this out, Russell, and you can go ahead and put that in. How many fish you got in that bag, Russell?
I have a fish.
He has one fish in the bag. It was a tough day for Russell. He's got 2.89 pounds. 2.89 pounds for one fish. We thank you for fishing with us, Russell. We appreciate it. Keith Diffie's coming up next. He's got 5 fish in the bag. Co-angler Keith Diffie. Good day out there, Keith?
No, but a lot better than yesterday.
Well, you smoked your professional angler, if that means anything to you. 7.77 pounds. Great day, Keith. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us.
Thanks, appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Boat number 83, Josh Paxton, the professional angler out of boat number 83. Tall man. How many you got in that bag, Josh?
Only 4 today.
Only 4 today. Tough bite, huh?
I knew I needed at least 20 to make at least a run at it, so I just went for big fish all day.
So you swung big. You're coming in with 8.33 pounds. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate your fishing with us.
See you at Mead.
We'll see you at Lake Mead. Glad to hear that. Tim Dominguez is coming up next. Tim Dominguez, amateur angler, coming to us. Oh, that feels heavy, Tim. How many you got in there, Tim? 5 in that bag. Tim's 5 fish as a co-angler. That's a good bag, Tim. 11.98 pounds. 11.98 pounds. What'd you have yesterday, Tim? They cut me off. 6 pounds. Okay, we'll stick around. Maybe you'll get a check. You never know. Thank you, sir. Professional angler Ron Howe coming to us next. Ron Howe. Ron lives pretty close to the Delta, but he doesn't consider this a home water. Ron says, I have no home waters. I fish wherever the derby takes me. Good to see you, Ron. How many in the bag?
5 fish.
5 in the bag. You're going to load them in?
It's pretty tough today, actually.
How many keepers you think you caught?
30.
30 keepers, a fun day, and you're coming in with 14.92 pounds. What'd you have yesterday, Ron?
15.56 yesterday. I'll tell you what, I missed a big one on a frog the very last cast just now. That would have put me probably at 18 or 19.
That doesn't feel good, but you might have a check with that amount, so we'll see.
Well,
we wish you luck, Ron.
Let's hope so.
Thank you for fishing with us.
You.
Richard Tuma's up next. Richard Tuma, co-angler coming to us. How many in your bag, Richard?
3. I got 3 today.
3 in the bag. You fish with Ron?
Yeah, tough bite for me today. I was following Ron behind him. He was smacking everything. That I was just not my day.
5.48 pounds, man. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. We appreciate it. I'm blocking anglers? No, you're not blocking anglers. Come on up, Brent Shores. Brent Shores comes to us from Idaho. Beautiful Idaho. How was it out there, Brent?
I was a lot better today. I did really good. No birds followed me around, but that's what I promise I'll never say a bad word again. But it's still Gary's fault.
Brent, that's a nice bag of fish. It's our big fish, big bag of the day so far, early at 18.13 pounds. Stick around. We'll see if you're going to get a check. You want to weigh a big one?
What's
No,
that?
You're good? Okay.
Thank you, and I want to thank my sponsor, Jackie Cole family, for watching. Of course, Doug, I got to tell you, Gary, your flipping stick is the bomb. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as light as that rod is, and as strong as that backbone is, I boat flipped these 2 4.5-pound largies out of toolies that were hung up in the back, and I hit them so hard and come out of there, they were in the boat without tangling up. And I got to tell you, if that flipping rod is probably the best in my opinion out there.
You hear it, folks. Dobbins Rods, the best rod out there. That's why we got them as a sponsor. Paul Herdman's up next. Come on up here, Paul. How many you got in the bag, buddy?
Just 1 today.
Tough day, huh?
Tough day.
That one fish is going to weigh 2.01 pounds. Paul, thank you for coming out, man. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Thank you, Gary.
Mark Mendez, professional angler, coming up to the scales next. How many in that bag, Mark?
5.
We got 5 in the bag. How was your day?
Better. Caught fish today instead of letting them go.
Caught fish today instead of letting them go. That's our new big bag of the day. That's a great day, Mark. They're not going to settle down, but when they do, you're going to have a bag that weighs 19.57 pounds. What'd you have yesterday, Mark?
Yeah, there's one big in there. What's that?
What'd you have yesterday?
I only had 12 pounds yesterday.
12 plus 19. That's going to be tough to get a check, but it's possible, so I'm sure you'll stick around and see.
Yep.
We're going to weigh a big fish, too, for Mark. Good-looking big fish. Let's go ahead and throw this on top of that fish. So big fish of the day so far is going to be 6.90 pounds. 6.90 pounds. Nice fish, Mark. Hold that up for both of these cameras here to the left, if you don't mind. Right here, both of these cameras here. Show them. There you go. Perfect. And our cameraman, we can't forget Tim. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
We appreciate you fishing with us, Mark. Jared Walker's coming up next. Co-angler Jared Walker. Come on in here between us, Jared. How many you got in the bag?
I got 2.
2 in the bag. Tough day, huh, Jared?
It was tough. Caught a lot of fish. They were just all little.
Those 2 fish weigh 3.84 pounds. 3.84 pounds. Thank you much, sir. Gene Gray coming up next. Gene Gray, professional angler. Come on in here between us, Gene. How many you got in the bag, buddy?
Got 5.
5 in the bag. Did you have a good time out there?
Yeah, we did.
How'd you get your fish?
Punching and frogs.
Punching and frogs got you a 9.31 limit. Nice day, Gene. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us.
Oh, not a problem. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We got a boat here coming up next. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming out for the General Tire Duel on the Delta. We look forward to showing you a whole bunch of big fish here this afternoon and then giving away $100,000. That's not something that goes on at Big Break Marina here in Oakley very often, right? We're happy to do it, though, man. You guys have been a fantastic host marina for us. Big Break Marina has turned around. It's just beautiful. We're really, really excited to be here. And we're excited to show you some big fish. They're coming. Trust me, they're coming. Boat number 81, co-angler Jim Cadell. Come on in. 82. 82. We've got a screen here. Are you Jim Cadell?
I am.
They're telling me wrong numbers here. It's okay. Jim, nice bag. As a co-angler, you got over 10 pounds, which is great. 10.56. Nicely done. Thank you for coming out.
You bet. Thank you.
The boater out of boat 71 is Howard Hughes. Hollywood celebrity, media magnate Howard Hughes. Now, he's the real Howard Hughes, folks. He comes to us from the northern part of the state, up by Lake Shasta. That's what he caught. I saw a big fish. I think we're going to weigh a big one with Howard Hughes, folks. Come on up here, Howard. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hand your fish to Gary there, and he'll put them on the scale. You got 5 in there?
Yeah, I want to weigh the big one, of course.
We will do that after the fact. Let's weigh your bag first. Nice bag, 14.61 pounds. How about that big fish?
I don't know, it's over 8, I know that.
Oh boy, over 8 he thinks. Let's weigh it up and see. Then I want you to be prepared to tell us how you caught that big one, Howard. That's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish, and we need to go ahead and put a bag on top of it. Thank you, sir. How'd you catch him?
I caught him on a chatterbait, first fish in the morning.
What a great way to start the day. That big fish is 8.29 pounds. 8.29 pounds on a chatterbait, first fish. Make sure you show it to all 3 of our cameras up here, Howard. We do a big fish for the whole derby or per day? Okay, so he's not. Okay. Awesome. Show it to these cameras, too. There you go. Beautiful fish, Howard. It's the big fish of the day, but it's not the big fish overall of the derby yet. That's a 9.54 pounder. Thank you, Howard. We'll see you at the next one. Coming up next, we got Robert Cozine. Robert Cozine, a bag of fish, 5.94 pounds. 5.94 pounds. Thank you for coming out, Robert.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Come on in here between us, Kenny. Kenny Webb comes to us from boat number 69. He's the professional angler in that boat. You got 5 in there, Kenny? I'm assuming you do.
Yes, sir.
5 in that bag weigh 14.09 pounds. 14.09 pounds. Nicely done, man. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jason England is next. Come on up here, Jason. Co-angler out of boat 69. How many in there?
Only 2.
Those 2 fish weigh 3.05 pounds. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
All right,
Thank you. We got the boater coming to us, the professional angler out of boat number 81. He's going to bring 5 fish to the scale. That's Mr. Bill Spence. Come on up here, Bill.
Yeah,
You're breaking Gary's arm. You're breaking Gary's arm. How was it out there, Bill?
Oh, it was real tough for me today. I went for the win, so I got a little bag.
You went for the win, you got a little bag.
That's it.
This bag weighs 11.51 pounds. It's quite a bit better than you did yesterday, so congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Needed more Red Bull.
Ralph and Sizo, come on up here, Ralph. How many in the bag, sir?
5. 5 little bitty ones.
5 little bitty ones.
Yeah.
5 in the bag. You're going to weigh 8.14 pounds. Thank you for coming out, Ralph. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Happiest man in bass fishing coming up next, folks. Kenny Tran.
How you doing?
Alex Tran, excuse me, Alex Tran. Come on
Yes,
up here,
sir.
Alex. You got 5 in there, sir?
No, I got 2. I had 7 bites, and I hooked up to 7, and only brought 2 in.
Only 2, and those 2 are going to weigh 6.10 pounds. They're the right size of fish. If you'd had 5 of them, you'd be happy. Thank you for coming out, sir.
Another good one.
You're always happy. We know
Always,
that.
man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Sean Hayes coming up next. Sean Hayes, co-angler, fishing with us. You got 5 in there, Sean?
No, I got 4 today.
4 in the bag today, and those 4 fish are going to weigh 7.20 pounds. Nicely done, Sean. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thanks. I want to say special thanks to my brother. He came out from Pleasanton, or Pleasanton, and his wife and his daughter. They came here to see me.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out and supporting your man.
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother. Stepbrother. Thank you, Sean. Daryl Burkhart coming up next. Come on in here between us, Daryl. Sure, plop him in there. Yeah, swing them. Go ahead and swing them. Swing them on in the scale. 9.03 pounds for you, Daryl. Did you catch a lot of fish today or just those?
Oh, that's about it as far as keepers went for me, yep.
Tough day, huh?
It was tough, but I enjoyed it. It's great to fish the Delta.
We appreciate you doing it with us, and we look forward to seeing you at the next event.
Thank you. Thank you.
Marvin McBride, come on up, Marvin. Marvin fishing with us as a co-angler. How about you, Marvin? How many in that bag?
I got 3 today.
3 in the bag. Too short of a limit. Tough day, huh?
Oh, it was tough out there. It was all right. But
Tough
had a
out
good
there?
time.
Those fish weigh 4.51 pounds. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Excuse me. Here we go. Don't run away from me this time. I want to talk to you. This is our champion angler from Lake Oroville, John McClellan. John McClellan comes to us out of the foothill lakes. His limit today is going to be 10.84 pounds, a little tougher than you wanted it to be, I'm assuming, huh, sir?
Yeah, it was. My inexperience down here really showed today. I ran out of fish and ran out of airspeed, altitude, and ideas, and come up one short. Had a couple good ones in there, but that's just about all that area had left to take.
Well, Gary, even though you only fished 2 events with us, Gary and I think you're probably going to qualify for the championship. So we hope to see you at Lake Mead.
You get show-up points for the other one.
Oh, interesting.
Because you fished as a co. You fished as a co, so you get 50 show-up points for that.
I appreciate you for that, buddy.
You bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys traveling down here.
You bet. Hey.
Thank you, sir.
My favorite lawyer.
Thank you. Rocky Ward, come on in here, Rocky. Better than Tim the lawyer, huh? I got that on film. Rocky Ward, how many in the bag, Rocky?
4 fish.
4 fish in the bag, 5.89 pounds. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us, man.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike. Nope. That's a false alarm. You're tricking me over there with the computer screen. They try and trick me with the computer screen. Jameson Haney, come on up here, Jameson. Boat 80s co-angler. That's a pretty good bag.
I caught all my fish on a 765 Fury rod. I put my Dobbins rod.
Who makes that Fury rod?
Dobbins rod.
Who?
Dobbins rod.
Dobbins rods.
I put my 5x3 to the test with some California reservoir lures.
That's the largest bag we've had from a co-angler today, folks. That's a nice sack. 16.79 pounds, Jameson. Nicely done, man. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
You got a big one you want to weigh?
Yeah.
You want a big? Yeah, let's weigh a big fish. Absolutely. Come on over here. And with your 22-pound 2-day total, you're probably taking home a check, Jameson. So make sure you stick around. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Big fish for Jameson's going to weigh 5.78 pounds. Nicely done. Show that fish off to these cameras. There you go. Stick around for the check ceremony, Jameson. I think you're going to be getting one. Jeff Van Nimwegen. Nimwegen?
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. How was your day, Jeff?
It was rough, to be honest with you.
Rough day? Well, rough day weighs you 3.14 pounds, man. We appreciate you coming out here.
Hey, you know, I came all the way up here just to basically make it to the TOC, and I got my 50 points, and I'm in, I think.
You're in the TOC. We look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas, buddy.
Right on.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Dink Mendez coming to the scales. He's going to bring in some big fish. Come on, Dink.
Big fish, Dink.
Big fish, Dink. Big Dink. Careful. Careful how you say that. How many in the bag, Dink?
2.
2 in the bag. Those 2 fish are going to weigh, they're the 2 right kind of fish, 6.70 pounds. 6.70 pounds. Thank you for fishing with us, Dink.
Buddy.
We appreciate it, man.
I caught my big fish on Dobbins rod.
Hey, well, how'd you catch that big fish?
On a Dobbins rod.
Oh, boy. Amen, brother. That's what we like to hear. Jeff Michaels coming to the scales. He's not bringing spotted bass. How many in the bag, Jeff?
There's 5 in there.
It's 5 in there. Those 5 fish are going to weigh 14.44 pounds. That brings your 2-day total to 27. And you're killing me over there. 27.43. That was quick eyes, Gary. 27.43. Thank you for coming out, man. You're one of our Ranger Evinrude pros, and we really appreciate having you out here.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Hey, thanks for Wild West for coming out. These guys have put on a great event. If you ain't doing it, you need to get in and do it.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it. See you at the award ceremony. Austin Schmalz, come on in here, Austin. Fishing with us as a co-angler. How many in that bag, sir?
Only 4 today.
Only 4 in the bag. 1 shy of a co-angler limit gets you 8.54 pounds. 8.54 pounds. We thank you for fishing with us, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Coming up to the scales next. Come on in here between us. Chris Gosselar. How many in the bag, Chris?
I got 5.
Chris fishes with us as a pro angler. He's got 5 in the bag. It's a good bag, Chris. Those 5 fish weigh 16.19 pounds. What'd you have yesterday, Chris?
I had 5 fish. I don't even. I think like 8 pounds, 9
8 pounds. Okay. Well, we appreciate you coming out. We hope to see you at the award ceremony.
Thank you, guys.
They're going so quick on that scale.
Good guy.
Come on up here, buddy.
Good guy wearing a good hat.
Come on in here. Martino Adra. Adra?
Yep, that's right.
Martino Adra. Fishing with us as a co-angler. How many in the bag?
4.
4 in the bag, weighs 7.29 pounds. Thank you so much for coming out, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jesse Martin coming to us next. Pro angler Jesse Martin coming to the scales. You got 5 in there, Jesse?
Sure. Yeah, they're barely. I had a tough day. Me and this place just don't get along. It's kind of like an ex-girlfriend. You know, it looks good every time I get here, and then when I have 2 days like this, I'm like, this is why we don't get along.
The Delta's crazy, and it drives me nuts. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
7.76 pounds, Jesse. Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you, man. We'll see you at the TOC.
Right.
Carl Limbrick, come on in here, Carl. How many you got in that bag, sir?
I got 5.
5 in the bag.
Happy man.
You
right
fished
here,
with
always.
Jesse?
Yeah, we had a good time.
Mr. Serious over there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Those 5 in the bag as a co-angler weigh 10.34 pounds. 10.34 pounds. That's going to have you just under 20 pounds for 2 days. That might be a check on the co-angler side. We'll see you at the award ceremony.
All right.
We got a professional angler coming up next. Philip Dutra, professional angler Philip Dutra coming to the scales. How many in the bag, Philip? 5 in the bag. Nice. How'd you catch your fish today, Philip?
I burned like 35 gallons of gas and junk fished, and yeah.
Did you hear that? City of Oakley Economic Development Department, 30-something gallons of gas from one guy. One guy. That's the business the Wild West Bass brings to you. That bag of fish is going to weigh 16.06 pounds. 16.06 pounds. Nicely done, sir. Want to hold up a big one? Oh, we want to weigh a big one. Nice. Look at that. Hold that big girl up here. Big old gal. Sturdy. Love her. Let's weigh that one up.
You want everything you get, don't you?
Yeah. That fish weighs 7.56 pounds. Nicely done. Nicely done, Philip. Whoa, whoa. Grab that fish before she pulls you and I back into the Delta with her. Let's get her back in the river. She is lively. Danny Peluso, come on in here, Danny.
Yeah.
How many in there, Danny?
There's only one.
One lonely fish. You know what? You love that fish. That's a single fish. 2.24 pounds. 2.24 pounds. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us.
Yep.
Appreciate it. I need a name. Jason Bradshaw. How's it going, Jason? 5. Looks like a big old bag.
Big old bag.
Big old bag. Oh, boy. Woo! Biggest bag of the day. 22.96 pounds for Jason Bradshaw. He fishes with us as a professional angler. He's got a 2-day total of 37.36 pounds. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Thanks.
You're going to be cashing a check. How'd you catch those fish?
I caught them all on Senkos. Maybe the last 45 minutes yesterday, Tara Borofka and I hit a stretch and it was on fire. So I didn't really have anything else to go to, so I fished that all day. So Miami's got a good bag. I got a good bag. They bit all day, so it was a good day.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at the award ceremony, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate you
Thanks
fishing
a lot,
with
guys.
us. Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you. Coming up next, Graham Grove, co-angler coming to us. Graham Grove. Come on in here between us, Graham. You fished with this man, I'm assuming?
That's it.
You caught all them Senko fish?
Yep, it was a good day.
Nice. What'd you have yesterday, Graham?
10:52, I think.
10:52 as a co-angler is good. And whoa, we've got a big sack for a co-angler, folks. 17.19 pounds brings his 2-day total to 27 pounds. As a co-angler, he will be well up in the top 10 of our leaderboard, folks. You want to hold up a big one? Beautiful. That's a beautiful stud Delta fish. Look at that thing. Awesome. Let's weigh that girl up. Big old sturdy gal. 6.55 pounds. Nice fish, Graham. Senkos mostly. Anything else?
No, just Senko all day, and fish kept biting.
What part of the Delta were you in? Do you know what part of the Delta you were in?
Not real well, but
vaguely.
We're down south.
Down south. Nicely done, man. We'll see you later. Randy Pearson, one of our top Ranger pros, coming up next. Randy Pearson catches them everywhere we go. You got 5 in there, Randy?
Yeah, everywhere except the Delta.
Well, you caught 5. They just might not be as big as you want. This is your closest one, yeah. Randy's weight comes to 1068, brings his 2-day total up to, it was 22, I think, is what I saw, and now it's gone. Thank you for coming out, Randy. We really appreciate it. Anybody you want to thank?
Just Wild West Bass Trail and Ranger Boats. I mean, these guys do an awesome job. Anyone not fishing these is crazy not to. So next year,
need more support. Make sure it keeps on growing and just support them.
Thank you, Randy. We're going to see you at the in Vegas.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Brian Cogburn coming up next. Co-angler Brian Cogburn. How many you got in the bag, Brian?
Just 4 today.
4 in the bag. Tough day, huh?
Tough day.
Those 4 fish are going to weigh 6.63 pounds. Thank you for coming out, man. We know you have choices, and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up to the scales. How many we got in that bag? How many in the bag?
5.
5 in the bag. For Dave Rumauer?
Romar.
Dave Romar bringing 5 fish in for 8.48 pounds. 8.48 pounds. Dave, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Darren Avalos coming in. Darren Avalos, co-angler. Had 11.59 pounds yesterday, which is a very big bag on the co-angler side. How many in that bag today, Darren?
I don't think that's good, but
5 in there?
yeah.
5 in there for 10.38 pounds. Darren, that's a 2-day total that's going to have you up in the check range because it's going to be 21.72 pounds. Nicely done. How'd you catch your fish today, this weekend?
A lot of topwater, whopper floppers, chatterbait, a little bit of stinko, but not much.
Awesome, dude. We appreciate you fishing with us. We'll see you at the awards ceremony. Thank you, Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
Co-angler Paul Howard coming in with 2 fish. Come on up here. He's got the right shirt on, though, folks. Hey, you got to support the Warriors. Go Dubs. Go Dubs.
Go Dubs.
Our 2 fish weigh 4.66 pounds. Paul, we appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, man. We really do.
Awesome. Wild West has been very, very nice to me. It's an awesome circuit, and I look forward to continuing to support it.
Thank you, man. We'll see you at the next one.
Absolutely.
Take care. Rob Nakatomi, come on up, Rob. Rob coming to us as a pro angler out of boat number 88. How many in the bag, Rob? You go ahead and set them in. Thank you, sir. 5 in the bag. Those 5 fish are going to weigh 13.31 pounds. 13.31 pounds. You have a lot of bites today, Rob?
Not that many bites. But
Not that many bites, but you had a lot of fun. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
No,
Thank you much. There you go.
Thanks a lot.
We'll see you at the next one. Ron Rogers coming up next. Co-angler Ron Rogers. No, we got 1 fish in the bag, Ron. 1 fish in the bag. Tough day, huh?
A very tough day. I lost my first 3, and that was the way it went all day.
Oh, he lost his first fish. This one weighs 1.46 pounds, Ron. We appreciate you fishing with us. We love that Dobbins Rod jersey. We love that P-line. Thank you, sir. Here we go. David Cole coming up here. David Cole bringing his fish to the scale. How many in there, David?
3.
3 in the bag. Tough day, huh, David?
Yes.
Those 3 fish are going to weigh for you 6.82 pounds, 6.82 pounds. It's a 2-day total. It's probably not going to have you cashing a check with us. Anybody you want to thank today, David?
No, just Wild West Bass Trail. It's a great event. I think the marina did a great job of getting it cleaned up, having the slips ready, having the food truck out here yesterday, so they're doing a good job.
Awesome. We appreciate you fishing with us, David. We know you got options. We appreciate it. Chris Allerid, come on up here, Chris. How many in that bag, sir?
3.
3 in the bag. Tough day, huh, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Those 3 fish weigh 5.83 pounds. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, man.
Thank you. See you next year.
That's right. We'll see you next year. Thank you. Mark Peters coming up. Pro angler Mark Peters. He's got a big one in there, huh, Mark? You got 5 in there?
Yeah, big fish.
5 in there with a biggin. With a biggin. We like that. Those 5 fish weigh 13.35 pounds. You want to weigh up the big one?
Most definitely.
How'd you catch that big one?
He got knocked in the head with the punch rod.
Oh, boy. Big old heavy punching weight. Ounce and a half?
First punch. Yeah.
Ounce and a half weight. There we go. Beautiful. Show it off to our 2 cameras right here. Perfect. We got a GoPro, and there you go. Perfect. Let's weigh up that big girl. Big fish weighs 5.59 pounds. 5.59 pounds. We appreciate you fishing with us. We're going to see you at the next one, huh? We got to put this one back in there. Hey, now.
What was the total?
It was 13 something. I didn't see the 2-day total. Sorry, sir. Oh yeah, he's got a screen there for the 2-day total. We appreciate you guys coming out and watching all this, watching all these big fish come out of your beautiful delta. We put all these fish back. Almost every single one of them lives on to fight another day. We do not keep these fish. Dominic Muhammad's coming up next out of boat 85, a co-angler. You throwing 5 in there, Dominic?
Oh, yeah.
Throw them in there. 5 fish. Those 5, as a co-angler, you had just over 9 pounds yesterday, and today you've got 12.53. As a co-angler, that's probably going to have you right there in check territory. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know, and this is redemption from FLW right now. It's pretty rough in FLW, so I stuck with what I know.
Awesome. Well, we're going to see you at the awards ceremony, and hopefully you'll be cashing a check.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. Right now, Gary Dobbins is going to do a quick interview for us with Jason Bradshaw, and then we'll start weighing fish again.
Hey, Gary Dobbins, Wild West Bass Trail here with Jason Bradshaw that weighed a pretty gosh darn good bag of fish today on a really secret bait. What was that bait?
It was a Senko.
That's pretty secret bait. What size?
6-inch.
Color?
Green pumpkin.
What was the keys to the bait? What was the keys to the bite?
The area that I was in down south, those fish were spawned out, and so those females were in there, and they were feeding on the bluegill. So I was kind of fishing between the trough, like the bank and the grass on the inside edge, kind of in the middle, and those females were just cruising in there, and they were plucking off bluegills.
Absolutely awesome. Congratulations, Jason. Back to you, Craig.
Okay, I see. Thank you much. We're going to go now to boat number 51. Boat number 51. Ryan German coming up next. Pro angler Ryan German out of boat 51. We thank Gary and Jason Bradshaw for that interview. And we're going to resume with the weighage of bass. Yeah, look at Gary. He's like Mr. Speedy. He beat Ryan German to the stage. Gary, you're going to lose weight. You keep moving that fast. How many in that bag, Ryan?
5.
5 in the bag. 5 in the bag. Those 5 fish are going to weigh 9.29 pounds. Ryan, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, buddy. We'll see you at the next one. Sean Haney coming up next. Uh-oh. Sean's got a beautiful co-angler.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of you fishing out there today. What's your name, little girl?
Aubrey.
Aubrey, she says. Daddy caught a fish today, Aubrey. How many in there, Sean? 1 or 2?
We caught a nice little baby fish, as she would call it.
Yeah, we caught a baby fish, Aubrey. How's that sound?
Good?
Good.
Yeah? So shy.
That fish is going to weigh 1.96 pounds. We appreciate you coming up. We appreciate Aubrey coming up. Thank you for fishing with us, Sean.
Thank you.
Jason Cordelli. Jason Cordelli.
One big bag in, a couple more big bags out there. Stay tuned.
Jason Cordelli is coming up next. And Jason Cordelli is our overall points leader in Northern California Pro Circuit. He is our overall points leader, and we know he caught him today.
I gotta lift this bag?
We know he caught him today. Come on up here, Jason. We know there's 5 in there, and we know you whacked on him. How did you catch your fish?
I caught them all punching. Every single one of them came punching.
Punching, big rod, big weight, heavy line. Jason's fish, nicely done, Jason. Big old bag, 22.41 pounds. 22.41 pounds. Brings your 2-day total up to 34.99 pounds, Jason. Certainly getting a check, moving well up our leaderboard. Anybody you want to thank?
Just my mom for letting me take time off to fish. So.
And you know what? Because you were leading coming into this event with that huge bag, you might have salvaged an Angler of the Year shot for yourself. How you feeling about that?
Man, I hope so, because yesterday I fished like a jerk. I just lost all my fish.
Now, did you fish like a bad person or just poorly?
I was beating myself up.
All right, that's better. Thank you, Jason. We'll see you at the awards ceremony, man. Nicely done. Robert Morse coming up next. Robert Morse fishing with us as a co-angler. How many in the bag, Robert? Got a nice bag here, huh? How many in that bag? 5?
3.
3 nice fish. Those 3 good fish. Wow, he got the right fish. You had 7 pounds, just under 7 pounds yesterday. Today, you've got 14.83 pounds for just 3 fish, folks. That's a nice bag. That's probably going to have you cashing a check with us, buddy. Why don't you weigh that giant one that I'm looking at? We've got a big one here coming up, folks. They're all good ones, but we've got a giant one. Actually, we got 3 giant ones. I should be real specific. Look at that fish. Beautiful. Big old dark Delta bass, dark green, beautiful fish. That fish is going to weigh 6.58 pounds. 6.58 pounds. Nicely done, man. We think you're going to be cashing a check with us. How'd you catch that big one?
Punching.
Punching. These guys are all punching today. Nice. Nicely done. Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a bit. Keith Tripp, Ranger Evan Road Prue and the He's a very prudential person. Keith Tripp is a Ranger Evinrude Pro, and he is our Ranger boat rep here in the western United States. Did you have a good time out there today, Keith?
I had a great time today. Had a great partner. She caught him good. Just couldn't get any big bites this week, but ended up being about what my practice was, so I guess I can't complain.
You got 11.93 pounds today, which brings you to just about 25 pounds for the tournament. We hope to see you at the awards ceremony, sir.
I'll stick around, see what happens, watch everybody get a check.
How'd that Ranger boat run in all that huge big water we had this morning?
It handled really good. Yeah, that boat, I got a Z521C with a brand new G2 Evinrude. That thing handles. We ran a lot today, moved around a lot. Burning that Lucas oil, fishing them Dobbins rods. Life's pretty good.
Guys, and I'm not just saying this, he's got the prettiest boat on tour. We're going to have that boat parked over here and use it as our hot seat boat coming up for our top 10, so you'll get to see it. It is a beautiful boat. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the awards ceremony. We'll all be drooling over your boat. Tara Borofka, come on up here. Tara, did you catch 5 today?
I did.
You got 5 fish?
Yes.
All righty. How'd you catch your fish?
Started off with Cinco's early in the morning and finished it up with some chatterbaits.
Tara, I know that your goal going into the day was to do as good as you did yesterday, which was about 10.5 pounds. She did it, folks. She's going to be cashing a check with us. She's got 12.42 pounds. 12.42 pounds. Is this your first check on tour, Tara?
Yes, it is.
Tara's first year fishing Pro-Am events. It's her first check with us. Awesome.
Yep.
You want to show off a big one? You got a big one in there? A bigger one? Nice. Very nice. Tara's one of our Ranger Lucas Oil Evinrude Pros. And look at those beautiful fish. Nicely done. Make sure you show these 2 cameras right here, Tara. Make sure you show these 2 cameras right here. Perfect. Awesome. Anybody you want to thank, Tara, before we move you off?
I want to thank everybody. All my sponsors, the trail. Definitely my husband. I can't forget him. He's the best support I have and taught me everything I know. And he's going to be really happy that I want a new boat now.
That you want a new boat?
I want a new boat.
Oh, I thought maybe you won a new boat and Gary was going to buy it.
Oh, sure. That boat was the best ride, hands down. Loved everything about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was in Keith Tripp's Purdy boat we're all going to be looking at in a little bit. It's a purdy boat, folks.
Yeah. Great day. Had a blast.
Awesome. We appreciate you fishing with us, Tara. Thank you so much. Tony Franceschi coming up next. Tony is a Delta guy. He always catches them down here. Yesterday he only had 9.3 pounds. You got 5 in there today, Tony?
I got 5.
Tony's got a real bad back. It was very hard for Tony to fish this event. We appreciate you sticking it out so your co-anglers could fish. 10.59 pounds. Anybody you want to thank for supporting you as you go out and do these wild things?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Wild West Bass Trail. You guys put on great events. I look forward to it all year. Had a great first event. Faltered on this one. It was a little tough, but thank you guys and your sponsors for everything you do. I hope next year is going to be even bigger because if you guys plan on fishing something next year, you got to fish this. Put your money into this circuit. The paybacks are awesome. And then on top of that, I just want to thank all my sponsors. They know who they are. And I also want to thank my wife for letting me do what I do.
Awesome, Tony. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Chuck Wood coming up next. Co-angler Chuck Wood. How many in the bag, Chuck?
5.
You fished with Tony today and you got 5 fish.
Yes, I did. He put me on fish. I would have had more, but I didn't produce.
I'll tell you what, you're the only reason Tony fished today. He was hurting really bad. And we told him he's got to take his co-angler out. 6.88 pounds. Nicely done, Chuck. Thank you for fishing with us.
Thank you, and I want to thank Tony. Great pro at Mo from yesterday. Good event.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. This is not Frank Bulfuse. Coming up next. Come on up here between us, sir. You are not Frank Bulfuse. I know that. You are Tom Shimabukuro.
Yes. Got it right. 2 days
Tom,
in a row.
okay, pro angler coming to us with a bag of fish that weigh 10.77 pounds. Not as much as you wanted to have, I'm sure, but we appreciate you fishing with us, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. Alan Da Silva, come on up. Alan. Alan is from Brazil, and Alan is one hell of a fisherman, folks. We watched him fish yesterday. He's going to put 5 on the scale. He's a co-angler fishing with us. That's a great weight as a co-angler. What'd you have yesterday? You had 13.6 yesterday?
Yes.
And you got 13.90 today? You are way up the leaderboard on the co-angler side, Alan. After we watched you fish in that camera boat yesterday, Gary said, That guy's a stud. He knows how to cast his rod. It means something coming out of dairy, doesn't it? Anybody you want to thank for this event?
I want to thank everybody to come over, and especially you guys to come to the Delta. We really appreciate you guys.
Well, guess what we're going to do next? We're going to give you a check in about an hour or two. We're going to give you a check. So thank you for coming out here and fishing with us. Yeah. Roy Hawk, come on up here, Roy. Roy is an absolutely great fisherman. He comes to us from Arizona. He always catches them out here on the Delta. Today was not the best day for Roy. 8.23 pounds. Roy, who do you want to thank for this event and for your fishing gear?
Well, first I got to thank Wild West Bass, Gary Dobbins, and the whole staff here for putting on a great show. We appreciate what they do for the Western angler, and glad to be a part of it. And of course, Anderson Toyota, my major sponsor, and my beautiful bride who's watching out there. I love you, and I'll be home quick.
Awesome, Roy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thank you. Thanks, Brett.
Richard Leal, come on up here. Richard, how many in the bag, sir?
Just two.
Two fish in the bag for Richard. He probably wishes we could put 2 bags up there. Those 2 fish weigh 4.17 pounds, man. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Had a good time. Thanks.
Timmy Wells Sr. coming up next. Co-angler Timmy Wells Sr., right? We got
Tim.
Oh, he just wants to be Tim, and then the other one.
We saved Timmy for Junior.
No, Timmy makes you sound younger, man. It makes you sound younger,
I know.
like
Some
a
guys
spring
still
in
call
your
me
step.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Tim Wells coming to the scales. 5.92 pounds. Is there 4 in there or 5?
There's 3.
3 in there. 3 fish. Tough day, huh?
Yeah, we had a tough time. Both of us did.
Yeah,
It
we
was
appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, though,
Hey,
man.
it's been a pleasure fishing with you guys. I fished all 3 events. I'm looking forward to Mead. Hopefully this keeps me in the hunt. So
I
I'll
think
be
it
there.
will. We look forward to seeing you
Awesome.
at Mead.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Professional angler James Wardell coming on up here between us. James Wardell, 5 in the bag, James.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? 5 in there?
I'm done.
You're done. We don't even know how many's in there. We're just going to weigh them. They are 9.87 pounds. 9.87 pounds. You had about 10 pounds yesterday. You've got 20.03 for the Derby.
I'll see you in Mead.
Thank you so much. We'll see you at Mead. He's done. He's hot. He's tired. He's ready. Rodney Scott, come on in here, Rodney. Yesterday, Rodney had 10.18 pounds as a co-angler. That's a great weight as a co-angler. Today, he fell a little short with only 5.04 pounds. Probably not going to have you in the check range, Rodney, but we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
It's okay. We got Lake Mead next.
Lake Mead next. Thank you, buddy. Professional angler coming up next, Robert Lee. Professional angler Robert Lee coming to the scales. He's got 5 in the bag. He's got 5 in the bag. I can tell already it's a pretty good bag of fish.
Oh, I got 3 little rats. I couldn't make them bite today. I mean, it's like the same as yesterday. 2 5-pounders and some little ones.
Yep, solid bag, not the kind of bag you wanted, I know. 16.78 pounds brings your 2-day total to 33.86 pounds. You're going to be taking home a check. I know it's not the one you want. Thank you, Robert.
That's all right.
How do I say his last name? Tom Artuis? How do I say your last name, Tom? Artutis. Thank you much, sir. How many in the bag?
2.
You fished with Robert Lee today?
I did.
Stud. Fun guy to fish with, huh?
Excellent. Had a great time.
Yeah. Awesome. Your weight is 3.39 pounds. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us. Thank you, sir. Grab them. Yep, there you go. Grab them, water them. Another Delta legend coming up here. A guy who catches them all the time on the Delta. You like when I do that to you, Chris? Chris Raza. Come on up here, Chris. How many you got in the bag?
I got 5.
You got 5. You get a lot of bites today, or was it pretty lean?
It was lean. I got enough, though.
It was lean, but you got 5 good bites. 14.62 pounds brings your 2-day total to 24.69 pounds. That's right in the middle of the pack. It's going to be short of a check. We've got our Ranger Dobbins Rod Pro. Anybody you want to thank for this event, Chris?
Just Gary Dobbins.
Just Gary Dobbins. Awesome, dude. We appreciate it. We're going to do an interview with you over there after this section, okay? Right over there. Jason Lazzarini, come on up, Jason. You fished with Chris Raza, so you probably didn't laugh once today, huh? You never laughed once.
No.
How many in the bag, Jason?
There's 5 in there.
5 in the bag that weigh 9.41 pounds. That's a nice day. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Clint Gronwald coming to the scales next. Clint is a pro angler. You got 5 in there?
Got 5 today.
5 in there, Clint. Yesterday you had 9.84 pounds. Today you've got 11.97 pounds. Awesome day. Thank you so much for coming out and fishing with us.
Thank you guys. Thanks, buddy.
Jeremy Watney. Jeremy Watney. Yesterday, Jeremy as a co-angler had 14.76 pounds, which is a great day on the back of the boat. You got 5 in there today, Jeremy?
I do.
You got 5 in there today. They're going to be a little lighter than yesterday, aren't they?
About half the weight yesterday.
About half the weight as yesterday, yeah. You coming in with 7.73 pounds. 2-day total of 22.24 is going to have you right around that check cut with us, so we'll see you at the awards ceremony.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Pro angler Phil Strader coming to us out of Oregon, a consummate professional. We love having Phil come out and fish with us everywhere. Yesterday he acted as a guide, and the guy on the back of his boat just whacked him. How'd you do today, Phil?
Oh man, I did awesome today.
Don't give him that microphone.
Is he lying to me?
Don't give him that microphone.
Why don't you tell me what Gary Dobbins means to you,
Let me
Phil?
hold this down. There we go. Let's get a little bigger.
We got 5 in the bag. Those 5 weigh 13.64 pounds. That brings your 2-day total right up to 21.53 pounds. Anybody you want to thank for your weekend out here, Phil?
Oh, I thank everybody that's involved with the tournament. You know, you got to start with Big Break Marina. They've really spruced things up. Nice facility. You know, big shout out to them. Dobbins Rods, Ranger Boats. I saw Keith here a minute ago. Ginger came up, gave me a hug a while ago. Evan Rude, my title sponsor, Super Clean. Everybody that's on board with this, and all the anglers, co-anglers. I had 2 great co-anglers this afternoon. These guys are the future of our sport, you know, and so anybody that's out listening, we got a lot of high school fishermen here. This is where it's at. I mean, we've got to have co-anglers, we've got to have good pros, we've got to have facilities like this, and a tournament organization like what you guys are running. That's the future.
Well, we really appreciate you driving all the way down from Oregon to do it with us, Phil.
Anytime.
We'll see you at Lake Mead, hopefully, huh? Mark Contreras coming up next. Mark Contreras, co-angler. How many in that bag, Mark?
Got 5 today.
5 in the bag. All right. You caught him later in the day, huh?
Yeah.
We saw Mark out on the water. Your 5 fish weigh 9.50 pounds, Mark. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us. We'll see you at the next one, huh? Professional angler? No, co-angler, excuse me. Scott Hammond coming to the scales. Scott Hammond fishing with us as a co-angler. How many in the bag, Scott?
Only 3.
Only 3. Tough day, huh?
Well, fishing behind Richard, he's a vacuum cleaner. He did real well today. I'm not going to give too much away, but he did good.
Scott Hammond fished with our leader, Richard Dobbins, today. And we watched them for quite a big part of the day. Scott's got 4.70 pounds. Not the kind of day you wanted, but I think you had a pretty good time out here this weekend, huh?
Oh, yeah. And that comment when you were out there, if I lip another fish like that, Gary would hook me up some rods. He owes me.
Oh, boy. We got surprises coming up later. So Richard Dobbins, our current leader, caught a couple real big ones, and Scott was leaning over to help him get those fish in the boat. And there were some promises made about free Dobbins rods if you help lip those fish, because we can't use nets in the Wild West Bass Trail. So that's what happened out there today. Awesome. We look forward to seeing it. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it. Mark Bauer, come on up. Max Bauer, excuse me. Max Bauer, come on up. Fishing with us as a professional angler. How many in there, Max?
We got 5.
5 in there. Let's drop them in, see how much they weigh. Nice bag, Max. Those 5 fish weigh 15.32 pounds on top of the 10 you had yesterday. 25.75 pounds. Right in the middle of our pack. Probably not going to cash a check, but we appreciate you coming out and fishing with us.
Well, I appreciate you guys, putting this together. I'm from San Diego, so it's a treat to come up here.
And we appreciate you guys that drive a long way, man. Awesome. We look forward to seeing you at the next one. Thank you, sir. Brian Greer, come on up, Brian. How many in the bag, sir?
5.
5 in the bag. We're going to weigh them up. Fishing with us as a professional angler, excuse me. 11.74 pounds. 11.74 pounds on top of yesterday's 16 plus. You got 27.98 for 2-day total. That's probably going to be a little light on the check line, but did you have a good weekend?
I did. It was really tough both days for me. The wind really hurt me today. So.
Yeah. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, man. Thank you much. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Awesome. Will Duncan, come on up, Will. How many in the bag, Will?
5.
5 in the bag. Feels like a decent bag. Will fishes with us as a professional angler. He's got 5 in the bag. Watch, I'll make it big, and then I'll make it small, see? Those 5 fish are going to weigh 11.28 pounds. 11.28 pounds. Will, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you. There you go. Michael Coleman, come on up, Michael. You got 5 fish fishing with us as a non-boater. Go ahead and throw them in there for me. 5 in the bag. Did you catch a lot of fish today, or was that about it?
No, I caught a lot today.
Caught a lot of smaller fish. You had a good day, Michael. Yesterday you had 1027. Fishing as a co-angler. Today you've got 1291. That's a 2-day total of 2318. You're probably going to be right about at that check line. Probably getting a check, my guess.
That sounds good to me. I'd really like to get a check.
What were you shooting for as you came into this event? What was your goal weight?
My goal weight was 15 pounds a day.
That's a pretty hardy goal. That'd get you a check as a pro almost.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that tough out there.
Yeah, it's a tough day. Well, we'll see you at the awards ceremony, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to toss it over to Mr. Gary Dobbins with an interview of our Delta Pro, our Ranger Pro, Chris Raza.
Hey, Gary Dobbins here with my longtime bass fishing buddy, Chris Raza. We have a lot of fun. I mean, I pick on Chris a lot. He's actually an absolute stud on this body of water. Tell us what's going on a little bit, Chris.
Well, I believe it's the weather. The weather's just, we got a hot spell, cold spell, cloud cover. I mean, on a cloudy day, we should have caught topwater fish all day, and everybody I talked to, they struggled with it. So I believe it's just the weather. It's just, it's like a cold front comes in. I believe the Delta has a hot front, and we've all talked about it. When they get super hot, they shut down. When it gets cloudy, the second day of cloudiness, they'll bite better than the first day. So it's just the weather.
Guys, Chris has won as many tournaments on the Delta as anybody I know. He is a stud down here, and I like that hot idea. That's something to think about. Thanks, buddy. A longtime friend. Back to you, Craig.
Watching. Thank you much, sir. Randy Maccabee coming up. Randy Maccabee, professional angler, out of Bakersfield. Is that right, Randy? Bakersfield, California. He's bringing 5 to the scale. Yesterday, Randy had 1563, a pretty darn good day. Today, Randy doesn't have quite as big of a bag. He's got 11.79 pounds. You catch a lot of fish today, Randy, or was that about it?
A lot of short fish today. They wouldn't react to reaction bait for me today, so.
We appreciate you fishing with us, man. I know that's not the kind of sack you wanted, but we'll see you at the next event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Robert Coots coming on up. Robert Coots. He told me he'd have a better day today. Yesterday, Robert had only 3.59 pounds. Today, Robert had a solid day, 10.39 pounds. Much better, bringing your 2-day weight to just under 14 pounds, 13.98 for 2 days. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We appreciate you fishing with us. We'll see you at the championship. That's right. Steve Wilson, professional angler, will be coming up next out of boat number 34. Steve had a rough day yesterday, only weighing in 5.94 pounds. Better day today, Steve?
Yeah, no, big time.
Oh, big time, big time. You got 5. Oh, boy. Heavy sack coming up, folks. Heavy sack. That bag of fish is going to weigh. Boy, they're lively, and they do not want to be weighed.
That one is there.
We got 18.41. We're gonna reweigh it. We're gonna reweigh it because they are kicking and screaming. Did you catch a lot of fish today, Steve?
No, I didn't.
Just the right ones.
Just the right ones, yes.
Steve's bag weighs 18.39 pounds. 18.39 pounds. Steve, we appreciate you fishing with us. You want to show off a big one? There we go. Oh boy, look at that fish. Right here to these cameras too. How'd you catch that big girl, Steve? Oh, let's put it back in the bag. Let's put Gary. Go put him in the water.
We didn't weigh it.
Oh, you didn't weigh it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm jumping ahead. I thought they weighed it already. That big fish weighs 8.95 pounds. It's the biggest one we've seen today, but it's not the big fish of the Derby. The big fish of the Derby is 9.54 pounds by Richard Dobbins yesterday.
Good job.
Awesome. How'd you catch the big one?
6-inch Senko.
6-inch Senko. Nicely done, Steve. Coming on up next, Dylan Waldrop. Come on up, Dylan. Dylan fishes with us as a professional angler. You got 5 in there, Dylan?
Yep.
5 in the bag. Pretty good bag, folks. Let's see the weight on that bag. Oh, another good one. 20.26 pounds. Nicely done, Dylan. You got a big one in there where you want to weigh?
Maybe a 5 or so.
Maybe a 5. We don't need to weigh a 5 because we got real big ones unless you want to weigh it. Anybody you want to thank before you head off? Anybody you want to thank?
Nelson's Outboard.
Nelson's Outboard. Thank you, Dylan. We appreciate it, man. Chris Delamain. Come on up here, Chris. Come on up here, Chris. You got 5 in there?
Yeah, 5 little guys.
5 fish. You had 7 pounds yesterday, and today you've got 8.26 pounds. Chris, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Zach Attack. The Zach Attack. This is our Lake Shasta champion.
I do.
Our Lake Shasta champion, Zach Elwright, who lives and fishes down on the Delta all the time, happens to have won on Lake Shasta. Yeah, he took home over $20,000 on Lake Shasta, folks, so let's not feel too bad for him. He's coming in with 2.88 pounds today, Zach. What happened, buddy?
You know what? I can come up with all kinds of excuses under the sun, but I just didn't put them in the boat. I was fortunate to win the Shasta event, and I'm so stoked. I'm just looking forward to next year with the Wild West Bass Trail.
Well, we're looking forward to having you at the championship at Lake Mead. So
I hope. I don't know. With a fish like this, I don't know. So we'll see.
Thank you much for coming out, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Frank Carone coming on up next. Come on up, Frank. How'd you do today, buddy?
Two fish. It was kind of a rough day, but I want to thank Zach and Wild West. I appreciate you guys putting this on.
Those two fish weigh 5.08 pounds, man. We appreciate you fishing with us. We'll look forward to seeing you at the next one.
You'll see me.
All right. Ryan White, come on up, Ryan. Ryan was number 4 in Northern California coming into this event. Our number 4 angler in the whole tour. Ryan's a Delta stud.
Not anymore.
You got 5 in there today, Ryan?
I got 5 today, but I don't think I'm number 4 anymore. Probably down to 40th.
Well, you know what? Top 50 go to the championship, Ryan, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Those 5 fish weigh 9.52 pounds, man. We appreciate you fishing with us. We look forward to seeing you at Lake Mead.
Thanks, man.
Yep, thank you. Casey Dunn, come on up here, Casey Dunn. How many in that bag, sir?
I only have 2 fish.
It's looking a little light. Did you fish with Ryan White today?
I did.
That's Ryan's White. Got to put you on more fish than that. 3.70 pounds. Anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Snag Proof, Trigger Happy Comfort Grips, and Rhino's Outfitters for supporting me this year.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you to all of our great sponsors who support our sport. We'll see you at the next one, buddy. Mike Milano?
Molyneux.
Mike Molyneux. Mike Molyneux's got 2 fish to the scales. He's coming to us, and he's bringing in 8.33 pounds. Nicely done, Mike. We appreciate you fishing with us. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Travis Huckabee was way up our standings, wasn't he? Travis Huckabee coming up next. Yeah, Travis had a good day yesterday with 15.96 pounds. He's going to be near the top of our leaderboard before today. How'd you do today, Travis?
I had a rough one today, guys. I just couldn't back it up. Yesterday I caught about 25 fish on a frog. Today I had 2 blowups on it. So I kind of sunk with the boat, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, I just couldn't put it down.
Tough day. 9.79 pounds, 2-day total of 25.75. Thank you, Travis. We appreciate you coming out.
Thanks much.
We got another Zach here. Is that what this is? One more Zach. Zach Thompson this time. We had Zach Elwright. Now we got Zach Thompson. Zach had a good day yesterday with 14.40 pounds. How many in that bag today, Zach?
Got 5. Just didn't get any big ones today. It was just a lot of fish, but no big ones. Had a lot of fun. You guys put on a great event. You know, anybody out there that's watching hasn't been able to come out and fish a Wild West, you got to check it out. You guys running top notch.
12.34 pounds brings your 2-day total to 26.74. We appreciate you fishing with us, man. Ranger Pro, awesome. Thank you so much. Dustin Knopfsinger coming up next, co-angler out of boat 32. How many in the bag, Dustin?
5.
5 in the bag. All right, not bad. Yesterday was a tough day for Dustin. He had about 3.5 pounds. Today, much better. He's tripling his keel. He's got 9.81 pounds for a 2-day total of 13.28 pounds. Thank you so much, Dustin. Professional angler out of Yuba City, California, Aaron Britt. Too legit to Brit. Hey, hey. Sorry, I won't do that anymore. I will not do that anymore. I'll make your ears bleed. Aaron Britt, how'd you do out there today, buddy?
Yeah, you know, this place kicks my butt every time I come here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But as far as my practice went, I started over basically yesterday and today. Had a fun time. Fished with Mason's kid here. He's going to be a stud. I mean, that kid, he's got some fish behind me. I'm an idiot, forgot to wear my jersey, but I want to let everyone know that this is such a hard sport to maintain without help and structure and family and friends first. I mean, it's impossible without them. I've got my beautiful girlfriend who drove down here to watch my weigh-in, and my sponsor, my mom and dad at home watching, and my sponsors, Mercury,
I got it.
Ranger, Kitech, Undercover Sportsman, Demiki. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but and you guys are putting the show on. I'm happy to be here and can't wait for next year.
He had 12.85 pounds. He had 14 pounds yesterday. That's not going to be the weight he wanted, but it's a solid finish, and we appreciate you fishing with us, man. Thank you, Aaron. Mason Maccabee, come on up, Mason. Co-angler fishing with us out of Bakersfield, California. He had just under 5 pounds yesterday. Today he's bringing in a bag of fish that weighs more than that. He upgraded to 7.15 pounds. Mason, we appreciate you fishing with us, man. Thank you.
Needed a crankbait bite, huh? Needed a crankbait bite, huh?
Yeah. Mike Andrews coming up next. Mike Andrews, pro angler, coming to the scales. Mike Andrews, how many in the bag, Mike?
Oh, 5 little guys, man. I struggled today.
You had 1583 yesterday, which was a good day, and today you backed it up with 1125, a little bit tougher day, man. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy you guys coming out.
Thank you. Lee Poole, come on up, Lee. Watch your step there. I think people tripping you. That doesn't help anything. Lee had 8.72 pounds yesterday. I'm good. How are you, Lee?
I'm doing good.
You had 872 yesterday. You're backing it up today with just under that at 737. We appreciate you fishing with us, man. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I gave up my hat for the team. Just blew off, and there was no way to get it back.
I think we might be able to find you one.
Thank you, Lee. There's probably a Dobbins hat around here somewhere. We could get you. Yeah, we can get you a Dobbins cap. Kevin Finley coming up next. Pro angler Kevin Finley comes to us from Arizona, right, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Yesterday, Kevin had 12.02 pounds. Today, he's backing that up with 10.49 pounds. 10.49 pounds. Anybody you want to thank for this weekend, Kevin?
Yeah, we thank my wife over here. She's fantastic. I love my wife. She's always supportive of me. We hit a big rogue wave early this morning on the way out. Tore the trolling motor off, and it was just hanging on by a thread. So we were able to get it down and get it working, but we couldn't get it back up to move spots. So we had to tear it off in order to get back in today. So we did the best we could with where we were, so that's it. So next time I come to the Delta, I'm hoping not to tear my trolling motor off.
Yeah, sounded like you had a deadliest catch rogue wave out there, Kevin. Well, we're glad you're safe, and we appreciate you fishing with us.
Hey, love you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Nicholas Markert coming on up. Nicholas Markert, how many in the bag, Nicholas?
5.
You were in that deadliest catch rogue wave?
Yeah.
Glad to see you're safe. Glad to see you're safe. Hey, good bags as a co-angler. Yesterday was tough, but today you had 12.10 pounds, 12.10 pounds. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Right on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mo Hasten coming to the scales. Mo Hasten's fish coming to the scales. Mo Hasten obviously couldn't make it in on his own, so we got his fish in for him. His fish weigh a total of 11.50 pounds. 11.50 pounds. Nicely done, Mo. He fished with us as a pro angler, by the way. Now he was a co? Oh, he was a pro. Okay, now we've got a sack of fish coming on up. Big old bag of fish. How about Oakley, California in Big Break Marina, folks? You got shade, it's beautiful. Big Break, awesome. Thank you so much. Really been nice to be out here in sunny Oakley, California. A little bit of wind this morning kept us cool. I guess we could use a little of that wind right now, huh? Jamie Fu coming on up with 4 fish. Jamie Fu fishes as a co-angler with us. There's 4 in the bag. Those fish weigh 10.65 pounds. Nice 4 fish, Jamie. That's a 2-day total of just under 20 pounds. Might be a check. You might want to stick around. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Bill Kuntz coming up next. Come on in here between us, Bill. How many you got in that bag, buddy?
5 babies.
5 little babies in the bag.
Better than no babies.
Better than no babies. You had 1167 yesterday and 1008 today, so that's going to give you a 2-day total of 2175. Thank you for fishing with us, man. We appreciate it. Hey, matching shirts for you guys. Were you on the same boat with those matching shirts? Tony Bethello, come on up here, Tony. Yesterday you had 1088 as a co-angler, which is a solid bag. Today you did even better, 1210. Tony, you're going to be taking home a check, I would venture to say, here as a co-angler. How you feel about that?
We had a lot of fun, got a lot of fish. Have to get big ones, though.
Well, you did all right. We look forward to seeing you at the awards ceremony.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Juan, no, not Juan. You guys are fooling me. You got Juan's fish? Wade Goodwin coming to the scales next. Co-angler Wade Goodwin. Come on up here, Wade. We watched Wade fish for a couple hours today out with the camera boat. Wade was catching them pretty darn good as a co-angler. Wade had 1165 yesterday, which is a great weight as a co-angler. Today he's got 1287. Venture to say Wade be bringing home a check with us with 2452. Anybody you want to thank for this weekend, Wade?
Yeah, thank the boaters and you guys, and it was a really good time fishing out here.
Awesome. We appreciate you fishing with us,
thank
Wade.
you.
We'll see you at the awards ceremony. Timmy Wells Jr. We had Tim Wells Sr., and now we got Timmy Wells Jr. coming here between us, Tim. Timmy! Timmy! It says Timmy on the screen, man. I'm just reading it. Yesterday, Tim had 12.95 pounds. Today, he's got 11.82 pounds. Solid tournament, very consistent. Thank you so much for coming out and fishing with us.
Thank you. I had a blast.
Awesome. Thank you. No deep fried sliders out there today. I know that's kind of a bummer. We had deep fried sliders yesterday in the back of the weigh-in stage. But you still got the beauty of Oakley, California and Big Break Marina. And there ain't nothing better than that, I'm telling you. Nothing better than Big Break Marina. Nick Nareau coming on up. Nick Nareau's got a heavy-looking bag of fish. How many in there, Nick?
5.
5 in there. Gary can't even lift them. They're so big. Let's see how big that bag is. Those 5 fish weigh, there we go. Very nice, Nick. 22.63 pounds. On top of the 17 plus he had yesterday, that brings him to a 2-day total of 39.64. He's going to be well up our leaderboard, taking home a nice check. Why don't we weigh his big fish? Nick, how'd you catch these fish today while we're weighing that big one?
Top water.
Top water, nice. Look at that big fish. That's a big one.
Hold them up.
Hold them both up to the cameras, yeah. Awesome fish, Nick. Awesome fish. 2 beauties. Let's put the big one in the scale and see how much it goes for. 2-day total of just under 40 pounds. This big fish is 7.40 pounds. 7.40 pounds. Why don't you let Gary go ahead and take those to the water, right? And then
I'll interview him over there.
okay, and we'll interview you after this. How'd you catch the big one?
Oh, whopper plopper.
Whopper plopper. Awesome, dude. We appreciate you fishing with us. We're going to see you at the awards ceremony, and Gary's going to interview you over there at that camera in just a few moments, so head on over there.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Put your fish in the boat.
Cole Daniel coming up next. Cole Daniel, boat number 43's co-angler. How many in the bag, Cole? Just 2 in the bag. Tough day for Cole. Those 2 fish weigh 5.51 pounds. Dude, we appreciate you fishing with us.
Yeah, right on, dude.
Thank you, man. Bobby Garrigan, professional angler Bobby Garrigan coming to the scales next. One of the best storytellers on tour. He'll make you laugh hard. How was it out there today, Bobby?
It was fun. I had a good day. It was fun. Just never got a real big one.
Never got a real big one, those 5 fish. You had 1486 yesterday. You are Mr. Consistent. You've got 1416 today. Probably going to be shy of a check, but you never can tell.
Yeah. My good buddy Bobby supported us through all the events, and I seen one go in that bag that, gosh, that was the littlest fish I think you ever caught in your life, buddy.
Keep going, keep going.
Come on, man.
Hey, we really appreciate you supporting us, man. You hit Shasta and Orville, and we know the Delta's your favorite fish. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you at the awards ceremony.
All right.
Thank you, buddy. Brandon Cook, come on up, Brandon. Co-angler fishing with us out of boat 31. How many in the bag, Brandon?
I got 5.
5 in the bag. Did you catch a lot of fish today?
No, I didn't. I had 1 fish at 1 o'clock today, so pulled it together at the end of the day.
9.08 pounds for your 5 fish. I'm sure you're happy to have that, considering you only had 1 fish at 1 o'clock. That's a good comeback. Thank you for fishing with us, sir. Here we go, Bub Tosh, pro angler Bub Tosh fishing with us. Bub had 13.55 yesterday. It looks like a pretty big bag today, Bub.
You know what? I had a chance yesterday. My co-angler had a 9 and a couple other big ones, and today I lost 3 really big fish. I straightened out a hook, and so it was just a crazy, crazy day for me.
We're going to reweigh that because I was moving it around. You have a big bag today. That big bag is going to weigh 19.94 pounds. 19.94 pounds. Bub, that's a 2-day total of just under 34 pounds, I think. It's going to be right on the cut line for a check. We hope to see you at the awards ceremony.
Yeah, you know, it was a great tournament, a fun event. These tournaments ran really well. I had a lot of fun. I'll be fishing more of them, and definitely had the shot this time to win, and I just blew it. So I have no one to blame but me. It's one of those deals, you know.
With that weight, you will be getting a check. I'm wrong. You're not on the cut line. You got to stick around because you're going to be getting a check. Blake Dyer coming up next. Blake Dyer, he had 9.97 pounds yesterday, fishing with us as a co-angler. How many in the bag today, Blake?
I got 5.
5 in the bag today. Those 5 fish are going to go. Wow, Mr. Consistent as well. 9.97 yesterday, 9.81 today. Nicely done, Blake. We appreciate you fishing with us. Thank you. Coming on up to the scales next, Doug Slayton.
Yes.
Doug Slayton. How many in the bag, Doug?
I got 5 today. Had 4 yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot better, but I had a great time. It was awesome out there.
Thank you. 4 yesterday for just under 6 pounds. 5 today for 7.15. We appreciate you fishing with us, man. We look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Call Nick to the corner of the table.
Yep. Nick Nero, head on over to the corner table. Nick Nero. Gary Dobbins is going to interview you in a moment. Head on over there, Nick. And the next angler up is Christian Ostrander. Come on up here, Christian. Fishing with us as a co-angler. How many you got in there, Christian? 4 in the bag. Those 4 fish weigh 6.19 pounds. 6.19 pounds. 2-day total of 1162. No, excuse me. 2-day total of 1781. Thank you for fishing with us, Christian. We appreciate you. Are we going to do an interview now? Okay. Okay. Now we're going to throw it on over to Gary Dobbins on the side interview table, and he's going to do an interview with Nick Nero momentarily, and then we will resume the weigh-in after that. Gary and Nick Nero over at the side table.
Hey, Gary Dobbins here with Nick Nero, who just weighed in a whopping bag, 2263. That's an awesome bag, and you had an awesome bag yesterday. Come on, tell us what's going on.
I'm catching them all on top water. I punched my biggest one, actually, I punched yesterday. It's just really tough. You got to grind it out. I missed a big one today. I didn't lose anything yesterday, but it's just a few bites here and there, and then I got a big one today.
How big was a big one?
7-something, 760 something or something like that.
Awesome job, dude. That's really, really consistent. 2 big bags, way into the check line. You better be sticking around.
I'll be here. Thanks, Gary.
Back to you, Craig.
Coming up next, professional angler John Zuella. John Zuella coming up next. John will be bringing his fish up to the scales. He fished in boat 3 today. How many in that bag, John?
Oh, solamente dos.
2? Yeah, 2 in the bag? Only 2, huh? 2 in the bag for John Zuella, 4.46 pounds. John, we appreciate you fishing with us. That's a 2-day total of 15.99 pounds.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Professional angler Jim Novotny coming up next. Professional angler Jim Novotny coming to the scales out of boat 23. Jim had 14.85 pounds yesterday. Not a bad day. How many in the bag today, Jim?
I only got 3 today.
Ah, tough day. Tough day. Only 3 in the bag today. Those 3 are going to weigh 8.21 pounds. 8.21 pounds. Probably not enough for a check, but we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Dobbins Rods angler, co-angler John Bradford coming to the scales. Yesterday, John had 8.92 pounds. Today, John has 8.02 pounds. Very consistent. John, we appreciate you fishing with us, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Cody Remick, professional angler Cody Remick coming up next. How many in the bag, Cody?
I got 3.
3 in the bag. Tough day, man.
Yeah.
Tough day. Yesterday, Cody had 7.80 pounds. Today, he's got more weight, 8.85 pounds. Nicely done for 3 fish, Cody. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reese Wells, come on up here, Reese. Yesterday, Reese had 6.93 pounds as a co-angler. Today, Reese is going to weigh in a better bag, 9.07 pounds. That's a 2-day total for Reese Wells of 16 pounds on the dot. Thank you much, sir.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Professional angler Isaac Lawrence out of boat 41 coming up here with 5 fish next. I'm just doing a little housekeeping, making things pretty.
at home too?
I do. No. No. She's right over there.
Being that your
My
wife
lovely
is-
wife does that. How was your day today, Isaac?
Pretty good. Yesterday.
Pretty good day, it sounds like. Yesterday, Isaac had only 3.5 pounds. Today, Isaac whacked him. He's got 17.19 pounds. Great comeback, Isaac. Nicely done. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Can we weigh a big one here?
Let's weigh a big one, absolutely. Let's pull out, show it to both of these cameras here, and then we'll weigh her up. Nice fish. It's a beautiful Delta bass, folks. That's what you have roaming around right out here outside of the city of Oakley in that Delta River. Those Delta Rivers, I should say. That fish weighs 6.53 pounds. 6.53 pounds. Nicely done, Isaac. Thank you much. James Avalos coming up next. James Avalos coming to the scales. Breaking Gary's arm with his spotted bass. That he went up to Oroville to get these fish. Not a huge sack for James.
I probably done better.
James had 742 yesterday and 593 today for a 2-day total of 1335. James, anybody you want to thank for your fishing with us this year?
Just like to thank Dobbins Rods and great rods. Anyone looking for rods, go check them out. Best on the market. That's about it. And thank Wild West.
Awesome,
You guys
James.
did a great job.
We appreciate you fishing with us, man. Awesome. We look forward to seeing you at the championship. Jennifer Martin Fuller, come on up, Jennifer. Yesterday, Jennifer had 2.71 pounds. How many in the bag today, Jennifer? 3 fish today. You're probably going to beat yesterday's weight, huh? You are. 4.46 pounds. Not bad at all. Jennifer, we appreciate you fishing with us.
All right, thank you. I appreciate being here.
Thank you much. We're going to see you next year.
Oh, yes, every year.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. Dan Sweat coming up next. Boat 11's professional angler coming to the scales. Yesterday, Dan had 13.28 pounds.
Pretty better, I think.
Got a better bag today. Today's bag is a nice bag. 16.65 pounds for a 2-day total of 29.93 pounds. I'm guessing that's going to be just shy of a check, Dan, but you might want to stick around and see.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Richard Knopfsinger coming up next. Richard Knopfsinger, boat number 11's co-angler. Yesterday, Richard had just about 3.5 pounds. Today, Richard's going to weigh, how many fish in there, Richard? 3 in there, and it's going to weigh 5.47 pounds. Richard, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Oh, it was fun.
Awesome. Thank you.
If you get a break like this, we do a Lucas Oil raffle. Can you pull that off? $50 in the last 30 days. Product
If
is
you
for
got the
sale
you got
here.
the ability to do the raffle.
We're going to do a raffle.
You mean in the middle of the weigh-in?
No, at the end.
Cloutier?
Yes, you got it right today.
Robert Cloutier. Fishing with us is a professional angler out of Boat 8, Robert Cloutier. Yesterday had 14.63, a good bag. Today a little bit short of that with 11.67. Robert, man, we appreciate you fishing with us. Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank Bobby D, hooking me up with baits, and Gary Mullins for sponsoring me. Sorry I let you down, bud, but I tried.
Well, we appreciate you fishing with us. We know you got choices.
Yeah,
we'll
thank
see you at the next one. Coming up next, our leading co-angler, Josh Kaneko. Yesterday, he was the only co-angler to have a 20-pound bag. He had 20.25 pounds. How many in the bag today, Josh?
5 fish today.
5 fish. I don't think he's going to have 20, but he's got 10.8 pounds at 30, a 2-day total of 10.79. For a 2-day total of 30.79, you are absolutely taking home a check. You're in the running for the win. How'd you catch your fish this weekend, Josh?
I kind of junk fished all weekend. Yesterday was a combination of topwater fishing and flipping, and today was predominantly drop shotting all day long.
A lot of bites today?
No, it was really, the bites were very scarce today. I think I only had a total of, no, actually, I only hooked 6 keepers today.
Tough day. Well, we'll talk to you more about it at the awards ceremony, and we'll see you there. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jason Borofka, our Lucas Oil Ranger Boats Pro, coming to the scales. Jason Borofka, come on up here, Jason Borofka. Your wife is taking home a check. Have you heard yet? She did well, and she's taking home a check. Yesterday, you weighed in 13.14 pounds. Man, you are Mr. Consistent. Today, you have 13.31 pounds. You're going to be short of a check, but you did beat your wife. What do you have to say about that?
Man, yeah, I'm super proud of her for doing good, and
And man, that's all I was thinking about when I came in was just how she did, and it's pretty awesome to have a wife that goes out there and fishes with you and travels with you, and you know.
Come just step forward, Gary. I'll take your fish.
And you know, it's a blessing, and so I want to thank you guys. Had a great time. Thank Lucas Oil. Hey, we're looking forward to going to Lake Mead. It's an awesome lake. All you guys, there's a lot of guys who haven't been there. You're gonna enjoy it. You can do whatever you want. It's huge. Tons of fish. Can't wait, you guys. Thank you so much.
We'll see you at Mead, buddy. Thank you. Chris Raines coming up next as a co-angler. Chris had just under 9 pounds yesterday. How many in the bag today, Chris?
I only got 3 today.
3 in the bag. Those 3 fish weigh 5.65 pounds. That's going to be short of a check, but we really appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, man.
I really appreciate you guys doing this. It's a pretty good deal.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Brand new Ranger G2 Evan.
Greg Trouton, a brand new Ranger boat with a brand new G2 Evinrude motor. He's got the second prettiest boat on tour behind, since I already gave the prettiest boat to Keith Tripp, I give second prettiest to Greg. How was your weekend, Greg?
Had a great weekend. Really wanted to thank the Wild West Trail, putting on a great show. Fishing for me was so-so. Caught fish all day, just not the big ones.
You had 10.64 pounds today. It brings your 2-day total to 24.29. Probably going to be short of a check. Probably going to be right about in the middle of the pack. We appreciate you coming out and fishing with us, man.
Thank you. Look forward to the next one.
Thank you much. Ryan Diate coming up next. Look at that jersey. Look at that jersey. Dobbins Rod co-angler, Ryan Diate. Coming in, he had 6.56 yesterday. He's got 8.66 today. Hey, what rod did you catch those fish on, Ryan?
Hang on a second. That was Dobbins rod. I caught a lot of chatterbait fish on the 765 crankbait rod this morning, and then called them all out with the 744 Champion Extreme on the Senko. So, yeah, I'm just lucky to be up here. I'm lucky to have an awesome wife at home who supports me, my awesome 3-year-old son, and I'm lucky to have awesome sponsors in Kitey Bait Tackle and Dobbins Rods.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Thomas Kanemoto coming up, our P-Line Pro, our P-Line sponsored pro angler Thomas Kanemoto. Yesterday, Thomas had a solid day of 13.84 pounds. It kept him in the running. You got 5 in there today, Thomas?
I do.
5 in there. 5 in there that weigh 946 today for a 2-day total of 2330. That's going to be short of a check. But did you have a good time fishing out here with us?
Oh yeah, I had a blast. Got to see a lot of the Delta today.
How much gas do you think you burned today?
I burned probably around 74 gallons in 2 days.
I hope the Oakley Economic Development Department is out there listening. We got one man responsible for 74 gallons of fuel, folks. We've got hundreds of anglers we bring to see you. Tell your local businesses to bring Wild West Bass back. Thank you so much, Thomas. Joseph George Jr. coming to the scales next, boat 6. Joseph had a great day as a co-angler yesterday, weighing in 11.19 pounds. 11.19 pounds. He is an attorney. He is a fine young man. Today was a tougher day for Joseph as he's got 5.59 pounds and a 2-day total of 1678. Probably going to be short of a check, Joe. Did you have a good time out there fishing today?
A lot of fun, Craig. A lot of fun, and we'll see you at the next one.
We'll see you at the next one, man. We hope to see you at Lake Mead.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Championship. Yeah. Alex Klein, come on up, Alex. Alex is an absolute stud fisherman up on Lake Oroville. The Delta is not as familiar to Alex. He had 8.75 pounds yesterday. He's got 6.36 today. Alex, first and foremost, man, we really appreciate you Oroville guys coming down here and fishing the Delta with us. Anybody you want to thank for this tournament, this tour?
Oh yeah,
this year.
Yeah, I gotta thank my family first and foremost. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do it. I got Dad's boat and Mom's truck, so if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do this. And yeah, just everybody else has helped me along the way. It's fun, and I look forward to going to Mead.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you at Mead, man. That'll fish a little bit more to your strengths, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Best looking hat.
Caesar Laguna, the man with the ugliest hat on tour. It's a Dallas Cowboys hat. We are sitting in the middle of Oakland Raider and San Francisco 49er country, and he brings a Cowboys hat up. Are you kidding me? Yesterday, Caesar had 10 pounds. Today, he's got 7.5 pounds. It's a 2-day total of 1836. Not bad, Caesar. Did you have a good time this weekend?
Had a great time.
How'd you catch your fish?
Punching.
Punching. Awesome, dude. We appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you being a good sport about that hat. Nick Cloutier coming up. Nick, Cloutier? Cloutier.
Hey, you know what? You're close
I
enough.
stink. It's Cloutier if I do the
Close enough.
French.
All right.
I put the L in this time. I didn't forget the L.
I
It's the L.
remember
It's
that
Cloutier.
yesterday.
Nick is a pro angler with us out of Boat 13. Yesterday he had 12.80 pounds. Little trivia for you. The average bag yesterday was 12.5, so he was better than average. Today he's got a better bag. He's got 14.81 pounds. 27.61 is probably going to be just shy of a check, but you never can tell. It's going to be close. I'd stick around if I were you.
No worries. I'll hang out.
Awesome. We appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming out, Nick.
Thank you, man.
Rodney Brinzer coming up next. Rodney Brinzer is a co-angler out of Boat 13. He's coming up here between us. Yesterday, Rodney had 768. 5 in there today, Rodney?
Yeah.
Those 5 fish, ooh, they look big to me. Yeah, better bag, Rodney. You doubled yesterday's size. You've got 1504. That brings your 2-day total all the way up to 2272. That is probably in check territory as a co-angler. You got a big one you want to weigh? Yes, you do. How'd you catch that big one, Rodney?
Drop shot.
Drop shot, nice. What were you drop shotting?
Robo worm.
Color? Tournament's over.
Delta color.
Delta color robo worm, 7.22 pounds. Nicely done, Rodney. That's a beautiful fish. Show it to both of these cameras real quick. And then we'll bag her up and get her in the water. Awesome, dude. Thank you, Rodney. We appreciate it. Next up, professional angler out of the great state of Oregon. Lots of rain, lots of greenery. Jigs Ben, come on up here, Jigs. Yesterday, Jigs was 1/100th shy of 5 pounds. Today, Jigs got a better bag. He's weighing in 9.53 pounds for a 2-day total of 1452. Awesome, Jigs. We appreciate you coming out.
Well, I'm mainly down here from Oregon to support Gary and what he's trying to do. So, you guys from Oregon that are watching, get on down here. I didn't have a good year, but I'm here.
We like to hear it, man, and we really appreciate it, Jigs. We'll see you at the next one, man. Roy Desmangles coming up next. Co-angler, not accustomed to doing anything but taking home checks with us. Roy Desmangles. Yesterday, Roy had 993. Today, Roy's got 303. It's a tough day, Roy, but we appreciate you coming out and fishing with us.
Thanks a lot. When you fish with a guy named Jigs out here bass fishing, nothing goes wrong.
You're bass fishing with a Jigs. That's good.
Right.
Thanks, Roy. Vince Hurtado coming up next. Yesterday, Vince had 10.86 pounds. Today, Vince is bringing up a few fish. Is there 5 in there, Vince?
No.
There are not. It was a tough day, huh?
I think I'm still at Orville. I don't know.
Those fish today weigh 6.16 pounds. Yesterday, you had 1086. 2-day total of 1702. We appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Hey, no problem. I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to next year.
Big supporter of the trail.
Awesome. Always appreciate another one of our Ranger pros coming out here. Thank you, Vince. We appreciate it. Ken Helms coming up next. Ken Helms, Ranger Broat, Dobbins Rods. Boy, that's a pretty jersey you got on there, Ken.
Very proud of it.
Yesterday, those logos only netted you 5.97 pounds. Must have been the rods. Today, it's 8.40 pounds for a 2-day total of 1437. Anybody you want to thank for your weekend out here?
First off, you guys for bringing Wild West out to us. I was able to participate in all 3 of them. Had a blast in each one. Looking forward to going to Lake Mead. I'm pretty sure I have enough points to qualify for it. And my wife, she's here hanging out with us watching. Had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ken. We'll see you at Lake Mead, hopefully, huh? Jody Jordan, come on up next. Jody Jordan. Jody Jordan fishing with us as a pro angler yesterday. Jody had 14.87 pounds. Today, just a little bit less with 3 fish for 1201. Tough day, Jordy.
He just needed 2 more.
Jody, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Coming up next, to the scales, coming in here between us. Right here, Dan Daniel coming up. Dan Daniel coming to the scale. Dan had 1031 yesterday as a co-angler, 366 today. Dan, tough day, but we appreciate you fishing with us.
Oh, you betcha. You guys are running a great program.
Thank you so much. We'll see you at the next one.
All right, thanks, Gary.
Thank you, buddy. I got to figure out who I'm going to grab.
Okay. Coming on up. We'd like to thank our sponsors, folks. Ranger Boats, Evan Root Outboards, Lowrance Electronics, P-Line, Protect the Harvest, Lucas Oil, all these great sponsors you see. Ken Phillips up here next. Ken, oh boy, that feels heavier than yesterday. Yesterday, Ken had 838. Today, much better bag for pro angler Ken Phillips. He's got 1545. It's a 2-day total of 83. It's going to be shy of a check, but it's a good tournament. We appreciate you fishing with us.
Hey, you guys put on a great event. Made some bonehead mistakes in this event and the last event at Oroville, coming in late and losing my catch. I was really hoping to make it to Lake Mead, but I figured I needed probably a few more pounds to make it to Lake Mead. But I'm jealous I don't get to go to Lake Mead. I'm sure you guys will have a great event up there.
We appreciate you fishing with us, man. And we look forward to seeing you at the next one you do fish. Gene Bowman, come on up, Gene. Go ahead and put your fish in here for me. Yesterday you had a pound 80. Today you've got more than that. Fishing with us as a co-angler, you've got 452 for a 2-day total of 632. Nicely done. Tough tournament. We appreciate you fishing with us, Gene.
It was a blast. It was an absolute blast.
Awesome. Thank you.
very much.
We appreciate it.
Great show.
Thank you. Harvey Pulliam coming up next. Harvey, fishing with us as a pro angler, had 1276 yesterday, right about in the middle of our field with that bag. Today, he's, oh boy, Harvey, you caught him today. How'd you catch those fish?
Spinner bait and flipping.
Early or late?
Early, about 11 o'clock, they start eating for a little while, and then it shut down after that for me.
Well, Harvey whacked him today with a total of 1922. That brings his 2-day total to 3198, which I think is probably going to get you a check in this tournament. So you want to stick around for the award show, and we'll see you then.
All right, thank you. I'll be here.
Awesome. You want a big one? You have a big one you want to weigh? Or are you?
Nah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a bunch of solid ones,
Just
huh?
solid. Just
Awesome,
solid.
dude.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Grant Harnest coming up next. Grant Harnest, Boat 14's co-angler. Grant, you whacked him yesterday on the co-side. You had 1542 yesterday. You got 5 in here today. These 5 fish are going to weigh a total of, oh, dude, you're going to be up in our standings. 1337 for 5 fish. That's a 2-day total of 2879 as a co-angler, folks. He's going to be way up our standings. We're going to see him at the awards ceremony. And now we're going to weigh his big fish. Go ahead and pull out your big one. Gary will help you. Awesome tournament. Oh, dude, nice fish. Nice fish. Let's weigh that fish up. Awesome tournament for you. That fish is going to weigh 5.31 pounds. 5.31 pounds.
You're going to give these to your
Dude, we will see you at the award ceremony.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Coming up next, Ranger Boat Pro, Jared Jennings. Ranger Boat Pro, Jared Jennings. Yesterday, Jared had 12.77 pounds. 5 in there, Jared?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those 5 fish today, oh boy, Jared had a better day. 1277 yesterday, 1917 today. It's a 2-day total of 3194. I just told somebody else, I think that's going to put you in check territory, sir.
He got me by like 0.04 of an ounce.
Yeah, pretty close. Anybody you want to thank for this event?
Ranger Boats, Gone Fishing Marine, Mercury Outboard, Shimano, Smelly Jelly, Outdoor Sportsman, and all you guys that run this organization.
Awesome, dude. We'll see you at the awards ceremony. We look forward to you fishing with us at the championship.
You know I am.
Take those. We got to get water on them.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy. Come on up next. We'll get you at the awards ceremony, Jared. Aaron Scott coming up next. Aaron Scott had 999 yesterday. Tougher day today, 303. It's a 2-day total of 1302. Aaron, we appreciate you fishing with us, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Coming up next, Ron Ratliff. Did I say that right, Ron? Ratliff? 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 Okay. Ratliff. Ron Ratliff. Boat number 24, co-angler. How many in there, Ron? 2?
Just 2.
2 fish today.
Yeah.
Those 2 fish weigh 3.54 pounds. It's a 2-day total of 1105. Man, we appreciate you fishing with us, Ron.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you at the next event.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's get those fish watered down. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw it over to Gary Dobbins for a quick interview. Thank you much, Gary.
Hey, Gary Dobbins here with Grant Harness that really is right in the tip top of our leaderboard on the AM side of co-anglers. Just tell me a little bit about your fishing, buddy.
Yeah, today I did a lot of drop shot, and that's what I caught all my decent fish on. I caught a nice 531 today on the drop shot. I like to rig with heavy line, and with a bait caster, just flip around the toolies, flip around anywhere. Caught some on the lipless crankbait as well, and caught some on the frog yesterday a little bit.
Did your pros help you? Did you learn anything on this event?
Oh, big time. I actually got to pre-fish with Zach Elwright, and it's always great fishing with Zach. He's a great fisherman. My day 1 pro and day 2 pros, they were both great professionals, and definitely put me on the fish.
Guys, you heard it right from one of our top co-anglers in this event. Come on out with us. You know, we got an awesome lot of the top Western professionals in this circuit, and you can pick up you can really fast pace your learning curve in this tough sport that we have. Stay tuned for the top 10 coming up.
With a great history in drag racing and now into the marine market, Lucas is proud to offer an ethanol treatment for a wide range of boat motors on the market today. Lucas Safeguard Ethanol Fuel Conditioner with Stabilizers was developed to specifically address issues associated with using ethanol-based fuels. Increase your mileage and performance with Lucas Oil High Performance products. Available at Cabela's.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech. Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
First by land and now by sea, Lucas Oil has developed a complete line of high-performance marine products to keep your boat looking and running like new. Maintain that showroom condition with Lucas Slick Mist detailing products. Just spray and wipe. Lucas marine oil and fuel additives have been tested under extreme conditions and will extend performance and add life to your marine vehicle. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products from the makers of Lucas Oil. Available at Cabela's.
Welcome back, everybody. We have weighed all of our field except for the top 10 from yesterday. We've weighed all but the top 10 from yesterday, the top 10 pro and co-anglers. So what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw our number one angler at the moment up into our Ranger Evinrude hot seat. Our Ranger Evan, and now that boat over there, by the way, folks, those are two of our biggest sponsors, Ranger Boats and Evinrude Outboards, and that's the boat that I called the prettiest boat on tour. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous scheme, awesome looking boat, okay? So before we get started, what's going to happen is we're going to put the current leader on that Ranger hot seat, okay? But then we're going to go ahead and weigh the top 10 from yesterday, and whoever takes over the lead is going to jump up onto that Ranger hot seat so you know who's currently leading, because we'll be making them sit over there in the baking hot sun, right? That's the prize they get for leading this event. What I'm going to do quickly is read off for you who those top 10 are, all right? We'll start with our co-angler top 10. In 10th place, we have Wade Goodwin. 9th place, Rocky Ward. 8th place, Jim Cadell. 7th place, Mike Molinow. 6th place, Tim Wells Jr. 5th place, Alan De Silva. 4th place, Scott Hammond. 3rd place, Jeremy Watney. 2nd place, Grant Harnest. 1st place, Josh Kaneko. Okay, that's the co-angler top 10. Now we're going to do the pro top 10 from yesterday. The top 10 pro anglers coming into this event yesterday. 10th place was Seth Bowman. 9th place was Bryant Smith. 8th place was Bobby Barrick. 7th place, Jason Austin. 6th place, Juan Acosta. 5th place, Mike Birch. 4th place, Bo Jordy. 3rd place, Ken Maw. 2nd place, Sean Minderman. 1st place, Richard Dobbins. Current leader of this event is Jason Bradshaw on the pro side. Current leader on the pro side is Jason Bradshaw. He is talking to Miss Angie right there at the back of the boat, and he's going to climb up into the Ranger hot seat. Or are we going to do co's or just pros? For the Ranger hot seat, just pros, right? Just pros. Yeah, we've already weighed our co's, folks. We've already weighed our co-anglers, and we will be announcing those top 10 at the awards ceremony, which will be 20 to 30 minutes after we do this top 10. Okay, folks? Oh, it's Nick Narot? I was told it was Jason Bradshaw. Okay, so we have a correction. Current leader is not Jason Bradshaw, it's Nick Narot. Nick Narot. Nick Narot. Nick Narot is going to be sitting up in that hot, beautiful Evinrude Ranger boat, and he's going to be our current leader. Jason Bradshaw was right up there at the top, but he was not current leader. He was currently in third. Is that right? Jason Bradshaw was third. Who was in second? Dylan Waldrop was second. So current leaders, again, this is before we weigh yesterday's top 10, so these guys are going to get bumped down most likely. First place right now with 39.64, Nick Narot. Second place right now at 37.80, Dylan Waldrop. Third place right now, Jason Bradshaw with 37.36. Jason Cordaly, our overall points leader heading into this event, sits in fourth at 34.99 pounds. 34.99 pounds. So, I got the names all squared away. It's Nick Narot. The leader coming into today was Richard Dobbins, who had a 25.4 pound weight with a 9.54 big fish. So far, that is still the big fish of the tournament, but any one of these guys coming up could take over that big fish spot. Nick Narot is up. How you feeling, Nick? You feeling like you're going to hold that seat for some time? Yeah? All right. Nick had a great day, folks. Nick had a great day. He's sitting on a 2-day total of just under 40 pounds. Nick will be taking home a big check one way or the other. He may not win the event. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so without further ado, the guy who was in 10th place after yesterday, Seth Bowman. Yesterday he had 17.59 pounds. He's a pro angler. He fished in boat number 49 today. He's coming up. How many in the bag, Seth? 5 in the bag. All right, cool.
Light bag.
Little bit light, little bit light. Let's weigh up those 5 fish. Those 5 fish are going to weigh 8.12 pounds. It's a 2-day total of 25.71. It is not going to unseat our current leader. Anybody you want to thank for this event, Seth?
I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a great event. I appreciate it.
Awesome. We appreciate it. You catch a lot of fish today?
I lost a lot of fish today.
Lost a lot of fish. We appreciate you coming out, man. We'll see you at the awards ceremony. Okay, thank you. Next up, a stud of a young angler. Bryant Smith. Sitting in 9th place yesterday. Bryant Smith coming up next. Bryant Smith is a Dobbins Rods Pro Staff angler. We watched him fish for a couple hours yesterday, and Gary Dobbins himself leaned over to me and said, "That dude's a stud. You see the way he throws that buzz bait? He is a stud." Come on up here, stud. Bryant Smith, boat number 59. Now, yesterday you had 17.92. We're weighing in 5 today? Yeah?
Yeah.
Weighing in 5 today. Those 5 are going to weigh, oh boy. You backed up yesterday. You're very consistent. 16.80 today. It's a 2-day total of 34.72, which is not going to unseat our current leader. It's a 2-day total that's very solid, Bryant. How'd you catch those fish?
Oh, junk fishing at its finest. You know, I catch one on a drop shot, catch one on top water, a couple on a Cinco. I caught quite a few on a chatterbait today, but it's just junk fishing.
Well, that moved you currently into 5th place. We've got a few more guys to weigh here. Anybody you want to thank for the great season you've had with us?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys. You know, Wild West, you guys do a great job. Big Break Marina, a great venue to hold this. You know, we didn't have any problems. The parking was great, launching was great. Dobbins Rods and High's Tackle Box.
Dude, we appreciate it so much. Thank you, Bryant. We'll see you at the awards ceremony. We'll see you at the championship at Lake Mead. Coming up next, yesterday in 8th place, professional angler Bobby Barrick coming up.
Big supporter of the no-net rule.
Big supporter of the no-net rule, Bobby Barrick. Bobby had 18.03 pounds yesterday. Did you catch him today, Bobby?
I didn't catch him as good as I knew I was going to need probably mid-20s to get Richard. Richard's phenomenal fisherman, had a great coach. And, you know, we did what we could.
You got 19.17 pounds today. It's a 2-day total. Stay here, Bobby. It's a 2-day total of 37.20. That currently moves you up the leaderboard, not into 1st place, but it moves you up pretty far into the top 4 anyway. And how'd you catch your fish this weekend, Bobby?
Well, I caught him on the snag-proof Wobbletron yesterday and a Depths 250. Had some phenomenal opportunities, and I'm still going to talk to Dobbins about the no net rule. Wow, man, I was cussing him yesterday, man. Who came up with this goofy? And I kept saying, it's good for TV. Well, there's no TV cameras. I don't want to. Wait, let's do no net tomorrow, not today. And the first, you get a good one on, and that one came off, and you get another good one on, and that one came off, and you get the third one on, and the first thing that goes to your head is this guy's face, like that. And then the second thing that goes to your head is this one's gonna come off, and she did. Anyway.
I heard that. You mean like 8 a.m. or so yesterday? I heard that.
Yeah, I bet you did. But anyway, hey, I just want to, it's great being back to Big Break Marina. They're dolled the place up a little bit. You guys, negotiated with them, and I'm so glad that Big Break brought you guys out here. The city of Oakley really stepped up, and it's a fishing community. We need top-notch organizations coming back to the fishing community of Oakley. And guys, it was a phenomenal tournament. Gary, best there has been out here in the West Coast. He knows how to do it. He's put this rules and except for the net thing, but it's top-notch. Gary, he laid down everything the other night. Who to thank and all the sponsors. And he didn't just go down a list of names. He talked about why they're important and patronize the sponsors, and so they're off to a great start, and you guys are going to do good.
Bobby, we know you're doing a lot of important things. Thank you. We know you're doing a lot of important things to protect our delta. Can you talk just briefly about that? Well, we got fish waiting for us. I know.
I got 45 minutes.
I know.
Here's the emphasis on briefly. SB 2533. It's the emergency drought relief bill. That's a bunch of hogwash. They're using the predatory. They're invasive non-native species, i.e. largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, striped bass, catfish, bluegill, crappie. They're all going to be eliminated out of the California Delta with Dianne Feinstein's bill, and Garamendi signed in on this thing too. He flopped. He turned on us. They want to get rid of all of those species of fish in the California Delta.
These are species of fish that have been in our delta for over 150 years, and they want to say it's an invasive species and get rid of them under the guise of protecting water rights in California. Write your congressman, folks. It's what's the bill name again?
It's SB 2533, and the deal is they're looking for a scapegoat for the demise of the salmon population. So they're going to blame it on the species of fish that we target. That's all it is. It's their scapegoat. They've got the money to push it through Sacramento. Go to restorethedelta.org, okay? SB 2533. Get on my Facebook page, Turning Frogs into Toads, and we'll give you all the information you need. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot. We'll see you at the award ceremony. Thank you, Bobby. Good spokesman for your Delta right there, folks. Support him and support your Delta. Coming up next, Pro Angler. Was in 7th place coming into the day, Jason Austin. 7th place coming into the day. He had 18.82 pounds yesterday. He fishes down on the Delta a lot. He's a Ranger Pro, a great fisherman. How many you got in that bag today, Jason?
There's 5 in the bag. They're not very big, but there's 5 of them in there.
5 in the bag. Yesterday, like we said, 1882. Today, you've got 1077. It's a 2-day total of 2559. It's not going to put you in the lead. Any sponsors you want to thank for your event, your tour, Jason?
No, I just want to thank Wild West, the Big Break Marina, and the city of Oakley. It was a great event, as usual.
Awesome. We appreciate you fishing with us, man. We look forward to seeing you at the championship. Bo Jordy's coming up next. Bo Jordy, another professional angler. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. It's not Bo Jordy next, is it? It is. It is Bo Jordy. I'm sorry. Okay. Bo Jordy coming up next. Bo Jordy had a great bag yesterday. He had 20.59 pounds. Yesterday, he was in 4th place coming in. How many you got in the bag, Bo?
I got 5.
5 in the bag. Let's see how big they are, Gary. Boy, Gary's having a hard time hoisting them in there. Hard time hoisting them in there. And the total weight on that bag is 1626. 1626. It's a 2-day total. Stay here. He'll take them. It's a 2-day total of 3685. You know you're taking home a check. Talk to us about how you caught those fish, Bo.
Day 1, I caught a couple on a frog, caught a couple on a worm. The 2 big ones came on a worm, and then today I caught them all on top.
Awesome. A lot of fun when you catch them on top, huh?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thank you for fishing with us. We'll see you at the award ceremony.
Thank you.
All right. Award ceremony is going to begin about 20 to 30 minutes right after we're done with this weigh-in. As soon as we can tabulate everything and get the trophies all lined up, we're going to hand out those trophies, and we're going to hand out $100,000 tonight. Coming up, yes, sir. Oh, yeah. So, Nick, I'm a little bit surprised. Not because you're not a great fisherman, but because we've already weighed half of our top 10, and you're still there, man. How do you feel about that? Let's get the microphone over there and see how he feels about it.
I feel like I should have caught one more 8-pounder.
Well, we know that would have helped. Are you nervous at all?
No, not really. I mean, I did everything I could. I lost one big one, but maybe next time.
Well, you're still sitting up on what I have termed the prettiest boat on tour, Keith Tripp's Ranger Evinrude, G2 Evinrude. You know what? Keith had to go one step further. He had to make it just a little bit prettier, and how did he do that? He did it by putting some Lucas oil on the back deck, huh? That's the only way you can make a boat more beautiful that's already got a Ranger and Evinrude is by putting some Lucas oil on it. And of course, the power poles go without saying, right? The Lowrance electronics. I'm sure he's got P-line stuffed in every damn compartment. Awesome. Okay.
Probably no Yamamoto.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's got some Yamamoto baits in there as well. We got some contingency dollars we're going to give away, folks, which is why I'm mentioning these. Mike Birch coming up next. Mike Birch coming into the day. Mike Birch was sitting in 5th place. He had a great day on day one with 20.50 pounds. Today he brings in a big old bag of fish. Well, it's not quite as big as I'd said. 11.38 pounds. It's a 2-day total of 31.88. 31.88. How'd you catch those fish this weekend, Mike?
Well, I had the big stick in my hand most of the day, most of both days, flipping, punching, just straight up punching. I had some execution problems this morning. My co-angler, Jameson, had never punched before, and I was giving him some tips. He did great. I think it's still holding as the biggest bag of the day for the co-angler side. He had 1680. I was just flat out missing him. That's it. And I got what I got. I'd like to thank Gary Dobbins here in the Wild West Trail, Lucas Oil, Dan Delta's Outdoor, my wife out there, Lori. Been a great tournament, and Pal Rods, of course.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the awards ceremony.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, we spent a lot of time with this angler today. This afternoon, it was hot. We drove all the way down, felt like halfway to Los Angeles in the South Delta to fish with Juan Acosta on camera. Juan had 1991 yesterday. We watched him stick a couple nice fish today. He's bringing in a bag of fish that weighs a little lighter than he wants, 1488. 1488. It's a 2-day total of 3479. 3479, which is not going to unseat Nick Nero. It's well up our leaderboard. It's going to be a good check. How were you catching your fish this weekend, Juan?
Yesterday, I caught a lot of fish yesterday. I threw a popper and pretty much stuck with it all day. Almost all my weight came in on the popper yesterday. And today I tried it in the morning and it worked in the morning, but later we had the sun today and it just didn't, by mid-morning the bite was gone. So went punching and threw a frog and that's where I caught my fish. So.
Well, you're currently in 7th place, so you're going to be taking home a nice check, Juan. We look forward to seeing you at the awards ceremony.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Oh.
I also want to thank a few people. I want to thank Coyote Bait and Tackle. They helped me out a lot. Nelson Southport, and I want to say hi to my little girl Victoria and my girlfriend Gina.
Awesome. Thank you, Juan. We appreciate you taking us halfway to San Jose. All right, up next, we've got a Ranger Pro angler coming to the scales. He runs Lowrance Electronics. He supports Lucas Oil. Yesterday, he had a great bag of fish with 2187. He's coming in today with another 5-fish limit. Those 5 fish today, Ken, are going to weigh?
Not enough.
Not enough. 1047. 1047. It's a 2-day total of 32.34. It's not going to unseat our leader. It is going to take home a check. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you caught those fish and who you want to thank for this weekend?
You know, the fishing on Delta has been really, really tricky. You know, you asked me yesterday, am I going to catch them today? You know, I basically, if I fished 18 hours in the last 2 days, I threw topwater for about 15 hours of the last 2 days. I just, it's something that I stick with. I didn't plan on doing that, but they bid it yesterday. And, you know, even sitting on 10 pounds, I just kept throwing it and kept pushing it because, you know, you don't get many opportunities to win. You know, when you're close to winning, you have to take that opportunity. You can't fish scared. You can't fish chicken. You know, you got to take those opportunities when you're situated to do that. You know, Wild West. You know, the big thing. Key Trip is a huge supporter of mine. You know, he's with Ranger Boats and
The prettiest boat on tour.
not as pretty as mine.
Okay, it's arguable.
And you know, I just want to tell, you know, the great fans that are out here, people that are watching on the internet, you know, if you're even thinking about, you know, I fished with two co's that their first tournament was this tournament, and I want to encourage people, if you're a co-angler, if you're a pro, you know what Wild West is trying to do for us Western anglers. If you're sitting on the sideline, don't sit on the sideline. Come out next year. The schedule's going to be out. I mean, they're doing everything for us, you know. So, and then the last thing is you know, Lucas Oil is a big supporter. When you go to the store, you have a lot of options. They put a lot of money into our industry, right? All we're asking is that you pick them. Okay, they're putting money in our industry. There's young people here that may end up being sponsored by Lucas Oil one day. So just return that to them.
Thank you so much, Ken. We appreciate you fishing with us, and we're going to see you at the awards ceremony because you're in 12th place right now, and we're going to see you in Nevada at the championship.
Yeah, Lake Mead, definitely looking forward to that.
Awesome. Thanks, Ken. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Ken.
They got Toolies in Lake Mead.
Nick Nareau is still in first place. Nick Nareau is still in first place with a two-day total of 39.64. Coming up now is the guy who was in second place yesterday, Sean Minderman. Sean Minderman is 17.33 pounds behind first place right now. He had a whopping 22.31 pounds yesterday. He's got a nice looking bag of fish today. We're going to weigh them up, Sean, and see how they come. Those fish are going to weigh, ooh, you need 17.33, and you're going to weigh 16.67. You were within half a pound, buddy, about half a pound. How'd you catch those fish this weekend?
You know, all the fish I caught were flipping and pitching. I threw a variety of baits, reaction innovations, beaver, Cinco. But I just would go down the banks and flip, pitch, maybe cast, toolies, weeds, whatever was in front of me. I did a little bit of punching, but the majority of my fish came on the Cinco and the beaver.
Yamamoto Senko, we know. That's one of our sponsors. And you come all the way down here from the state of Washington, man. We really, really appreciate that.
You know, I love the Delta and Clear Lake, but this place, I'll come down here for, I come down here for several tournaments a year. You know, it is a little bit of a travel, 16 hours, but I love coming here, and I wouldn't change it for anything. This is a great fishery. Oh.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean. We appreciate having you.
I wanted to thank Ranger Boats, Key Trip, excellent boat. I'd also like to thank Big Break Marina. I kept my boat here all weekend in a slip. They're really clean. They just did Sean is really great. They did a fantastic job. So 24-hour security here, and the slips are, I'm really impressed how clean it is out there, and just the service that I received from the people here. So thank you, Big Break.
Awesome. Thank you. You are still sitting in second place, so we got to see you at the awards ceremony because you're going to be taking home a big check. Awesome, Sean. Thank you so much. Josh Kaneko over here, please. Josh Kaneko, please report to the hot seat. We're gonna talk to you. Yeah. Please see Angie Morgan over here near the Ranger Evinrude hot seat. Folks, we got one person left to weigh in. One person left. I can tell you, he is one of the best fishermen in this sport. He's one of the best guys in this sport. I've known him for years. I've come to love him. He had 25.40 pounds yesterday. He's going to look to unseat our current leader, Nick Nareau. Nick Nareau is sitting with 39.64 pounds. Richard Dobbins comes to the scale. A Ranger boat, Evinrude, Dobbins Rod Pro, comes to the scale needing 14.24 to take the lead back. If he wins this tournament, folks, he's looking at about $26,000 in winnings because he's going to qualify for all of our contingencies. Let's weigh this bag. Let's weigh it up.
Yeah.
All right. He needs 14.24. He's done it, folks. He's got 19 pounds even. Richard Dobbins is the champion of the General Tire Duel on the Delta. All right, Richard, give me that first place trophy, Angie. I want to hold that up right now. Come on up. Awesome. Let's hold up 2 big fish, and then let's hold up that trophy next. Very cool. Richard, show it. Make sure you show it to these 2 cameras, too. Awesome, dude. Awesome job, Richard.
Good.
Rumor had it Richard was known as a spotted bass fisherman, and that's just a rumor, folks. He's won all kinds of Pro-Ams on Clear Lake, but I do think this is the first major Pro-Am for Richard on the Delta. Is that right, Richard?
Yeah, definitely. I'm usually on the page 3 on the Delta.
Richard and I were down here a couple weeks ago fishing the Delta for a little bit of fun, and it was tough. We were struggling to catch fish. It was not an easy bite at all. What did you do to turn these fish on this weekend, Richard?
To be honest, I didn't get to free fish much. Got out here late Thursday and Friday and just scrapped everything that I learned a couple weeks ago, which was nothing, and just knuckled down and just started running Main River and just fishing for post spawners and moving baits. I caught every one of my fish I weighed on a moving bait, so I was just going for post
Okay, we don't have to be too specific. Well, what kind of moving baits? Come on, man. I watched you fish for half a day today.
All right, chatterbaits, crankbaits, whopper ploppers, buzz baits. I don't know. You watched me. What did I miss?
Well, he said them all, but he caught most of those fish on a crankbait and a topwater bait, pretty much, right?
Yeah, they did catch most of them, but there was some chatterbait fish in there too.
And he was running around all over middle sections of the Delta. Were you, we were watching him. I was on the camera boat today with his father, which was an interesting experience, folks, because as much as he is the CEO of Wild West Bass, he is a proud father, he is a tournament director, he's a lifelong coach to Richard, and Gary would lean over to me every 3 minutes and say, man, I wish I could tell him to go fish a certain bank. Man, I wish he'd retie that knot. Man, I wish he... And I said, dude, you got to shut up. The young man knows what he's doing. He had 17 pounds in the boat by 10 a.m. We knew he was sacking them. Did it make you nervous having Dad there?
Nah, there's a lot of years I've been around him, obviously, and I've learned it.
But that was the first time you had Dad following you around for a championship on the Delta.
Yeah, definitely. But I can still tune him out. I could hear him chit-chatting in the background. I figured he was just wanting a donut or something.
Yeah. Let's have you hold up this trophy, buddy. This is your championship trophy. Check it out. Our new General Tire champion of the Delta, Richard Dobbins. Richard's going to take home at least $26,000 when we tabulate it all up. Richard is Evan Rood contingency qualified, meaning $10,000 of his payout's going to come straight from Evan Rood alone, which is fantastic. He's Ranger qualified. He's P-line qualified. I watched him fish with Yamamoto baits. So without too much more, Richard, we're going to let you go now because you're going to have to come back up and talk more when we do the ceremony. Oh, absolutely. Come on up here, Keith. Come on up here. You're gonna hold some back, Richard, because you got to do the awards ceremony still too. But we're going to have Keith Tripp talk a little bit. First of all, let's have Keith Tripp tell me, Keith, what is Ranger contingency? What is it?
Well, Ranger Cup is a program we came up with, years and years ago to really pay back our owners and show our appreciation for what they do and fishing tournaments, and it's really been a fantastic program. So,
we'll talk later.
Really excited to, instead of writing Gary Dobbins a Ranger Cup check, I get to write the Richard Dobbins. So I'm pretty happy. We always joke about, maybe giving Richard Gary's deal, and we may have to talk about that a little further. So I think so. I couldn't be more proud. I've known Richard for 13, 14, 15 years, and I'm sure it seems like a lot longer, but it's pretty exciting to see him win here on the Delta. I've seen him win a lot of tournaments, but great job this weekend, Richard. Thanks for beating me.
Thank you, Keith. We're going to let these guys off the stage, and we'll be back in about 20, 25 minutes, and we'll do our awards ceremony where we hand out all the money and all the other trophies, folks. Thank you so much. We hope you stick around. We'll be right back.
Lucas Fishing Reel Oil is a special blend of oil and additives, specifically designed to lubricate all moving parts in freshwater and saltwater fishing reels, and rust corrosion protection even under the most adverse conditions. The new one-drop applications allow you to put just the right amount of lubricant into hard-to-reach areas. Increase your reel performance with Lucas Oil High Performance products. Available at Cabela's. Lucas Fishing Reel Oil is a special blend of oil and additives, specifically designed to lubricate all moving parts in freshwater and saltwater fishing reels, and rust corrosion protection even under the most adverse conditions. The new one-drop applications allow you to put just the right amount of lubricant into hard-to-reach areas. Increase your reel performance with Lucas Oil High Performance products. Available at Cabela's. Lucas Fishing Reel Oil is a special...
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-sail foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.